it was nice to actually play on the TV cash game.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. We are live for the final 5th day of the Cash Game Festival, live from Tallinn, the Olympic Park Casino, with my main man, Andrew Hedley, as always. How you doing, buddy? You alright?
Guys, we're struggling today, we're not gonna lie.
Straight away.
Last night we had the Cash Game Festival Players Party, the legendary party that we, at every Cash Game Festival on the Saturday night is earmarked for fun and frolics. Lots of fun, lots of frolics. So you might have to be patient with us today, guys. But anyway, let's go. Final day.
Let's go.
Let's do this.
Let's just plow through the field, plow through.
All good.
Through the final stream. As you guys can see, Andrew is not playing today. Due to reasons.
No, I mean I was going to play, but as you guys know, we of course run the Cash Game Festival for the players, and there was quite a high demand to play in this first table. And I thought it would be a little bit unfair for me to, people who've travelled here to specifically play, they want to get on the TV table. I think it would be a bit unfair of me to say, you know what?
Nothing to do with last
Fling
night,
your hook. No, honestly,
listen,
I think I would rather be there, shades on, not talking to anybody. I think it would be good.
We're drinking tea today, tea and water.
Tea only, guys, team tea. But we have come to an arrangement where if somebody busts and they leave the table, then I will jump in. So,
awesome.
That is the way. So, guys, let's give the followers some love. The Mother Mole, 8lau, and Crix321 have all followed. Thank you very much, guys. Dark Angel is not believing. Dark Angel's not a believer in what we're saying.
Or that we're just drinking tea, or he needs time to recoup. Yeah, for sure, Dark Angel. Like, I can't imagine playing poker right now. I'd probably, I'd fall asleep at the table, or.
That sounds glorious, actually.
Yeah. What, falling asleep right now? You'd love to.
I would.
I'd love to fall asleep.
Anyway, so guys, this is our final No Limit Hold'em table of the week. As you guys can see, this is a 2-2 No Limit Hold'em game. We have Barry there in the jazzy jacket.
Barry.
Love him. Absolute legend. He was a lot of fun last night at the players' party. So best of luck to Barry. I'm going to, I just love him. So obviously we are supposed to be impartial, but my main man Barry, I got to root for him.
I'm surprised he made it today. I think he, me and him were one of the last people left in the club.
Yep.
Stumbled out with Kevin Malone at about 7 and Geordie as well.
Yep.
And he's here. He's looking like swaggy as well.
He's ready to go.
Ready to play some poker. And,
hey, Dark Angel, looks like shades are needed today.
Yeah,
well, all right, let's go. Let's test it.
Shades.
Let's test it.
And hoodie. There we go. There we go.
Henry looking like every mid-20s reg on the live scene.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
I never wear glasses at the table.
So picking up the action, guys. Ed opened to €8. Barry called on the button with his deuce of spades. And the small blind also came along. Ed c-bets with his top pair, and Barry calls with bottom pair. Now the turn is a 3. Could be a dangerous card for Barry, actually, because obviously a 3, don't put too many 3x in Ed's range. And if Barry thinks he's good on the flop, then he's going to call the turn, which he does.
I like this sizing from Ed as well. He's bet on the larger side, which is...
Oh, he's gone big, which is going to, look like it could potentially be a semi-bluff, combinations of Ace-4, Ace-5, maybe hearts, Queen Jack of Hearts, King Queen of Hearts.
Barry checks behind.
Barry checks behind. I think we have to go for value here on the river. It is, of course, the flush does get there, but I would expect Ed to bet the river if he was on a flush draw and the flush gets there.
For sure.
And unless Ed is double barreling with literal air balls like Ace-Jack or something, then our ace here is going to be good. I would go for small value.
For sure. And Ed said to me already that he's going to be trying to introduce the 7-deuce game. He's going to be doing some bomb pots as well. So, it'll be good fun if he can get everyone else involved at the table.
Yeah. Dark Angel says Andrew's voice is failing. Yeah, it is. The week is beginning to take its toll, guys. Who knew that being in the booth and talking non-stop for 6 hours a day, 5-6 days in a row, It's not the easiest thing to do, right?
No, I know. Not that that's the reason that your voice has gone.
It is, I think, though. I think it adds up, and of course, having a few beverages, a few light refreshments also has an impact. So guys, how are we getting on? What's going on in the chat today? What are you all up to? Are you grinding online? Obviously Sundays typically in the online world are the big day. Let us know what you're up to, guys, and we will have our final free roll of the week.
Looking forward to that, and looking forward to getting rinsed in the chat asking for the password again for the next hour and a half.
Absolutely. So guys, on our final day we have a free roll courtesy of our partners Olliebet, so thank you very much to them. We'll be kicking off at 8 o'clock Estonian time. I will release the password in a little while. So Ed, on you go.
Ed,
see, that's how
you're right, mate.
much I'm struggling. Henry, take it away.
I believe Ed opened the cut-off, and Tannel, who we saw yesterday, who loves just clicking, he 3-bet to 27. Barry obviously waking up with the aces.
Yep.
Decides to go for a... Wow, what an interesting flop.
Now, I would have liked to see Barry make it a bigger size in here. Not,
sure.
You know, it doesn't have to go humongously big, but, you know, an extra 15 euros in there. Tannel likes action. If he has a hand that can continue, he's going to call, you know, for around about raise 65 or 70.
For sure.
Anyway.
And Barry goes...
Pretty
on
big.
The larger side as well, yeah. Bet 75 into a pot of about 112.
Actually, don't mind this. If his opponent calls, then we can comfortably jam turn. Now, Barry's going to be all in on every turn here, basically.
Yeah. And if a 5 peels off, you know, there's no way he's putting Tano. I don't think he's played with Tano.
Tano might shove here. I mean, I don't dislike this.
Yeah.
I actually think that, you know, if we're not going to call one street here and then fold, so when we shove, we can get Barry to fold out some bluffs.
For sure. And it looks like they're going to be running it twice.
I like Tannel's hand here. He's got backdoor clubs to go with his open-ended straight draw.
Running it twice by the looks of it. 6 of spades is not going to help. I don't know, actually. Barry does run it once sometimes.
Yeah, looks like he had. Nope, they are going to run it twice. So Tannel is going to need a 5 or a 10, or Barry is going to scoop a massive pot. Oh, and he gets there.
Chop, chop. Last card of the second
chop
run out.
Indeed. You know what? I know you're supposed to run it twice and it reduces variance. I don't know why, but I always run it once. Maybe it's just because I just love the game.
You're just the OG. You're an end boss, mate.
I love running it once.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not a big fan of running it twice. I don't know, but you probably should long term, you know, reduce variance, stuff like this.
I think what a lot of, you'll be able to confirm on this, I know a lot of the higher stakes players, they find out what their opponent has, they work out the percentages, and then they say, right, well, 3 times or 2 times or 1 time, you know. Because in that spot, I mean, I don't know the percentages that Tannel had on the flop.
Well, I mean, Tannel has 8 cleanouts plus some backdoors, so probably has around about 32%.
So you're running it 3 times?
34% equity.
Running it 3 times or running it once? I don't know.
Once, because I love it.
Once, because you're just a boss.
Hello, Gedemonis. How are we doing, guys? MJ 1410 end boss and loves the pain. You better believe it. We are feeling the pain today. But you know what? I'm coming back to life. We're going to be good.
It's still high morale.
Sure.
Our voices have gone, but it's still high morale, you know?
Sadon Korju has followed. Thank you very much, buddy. We have had a lot of love all week. Go get him, Ed. Maybe that's your new name now.
Yeah, well, look at Ed here. Just
wow, he's gone ballist.
There was a straddle in play, I believe 16 straddle, and Sim decided to limp from the small blind, and Ed's just...
Now, against an aggressive player here, like Ed, when we limp, I actually don't mind back raising here. You know, we do have a hand, ace-jack of diamonds. Obviously, calling is fine. Should, in theory, flop well. As we can see here, though, if Ed can find a chunky c-bet, I think he's going to win this pot.
I don't even think he has to go that big, right? Is that about 55?
Yeah, you know, nah, he doesn't have to go massive, but I get the impression Ed likes to go on the big sizings. No, it's gone fairly small.
About 45? 40. And I haven't seen... I haven't played with Sim. I don't know if you've... Have you played with him this week?
I haven't. No, I haven't at all.
I think he's going to let it go after passive approach pre-flop, you know, just check calling with a hand like ace jack of diamonds, and Ed gets back up to starting stack. Started off with 500 euros after Barry rivered him with the ace, and you're getting questions thrown at you left, right, and centre in the chat by the looks of it.
Andrew, if you don't play, who wins the 50 euros? Yeah, I know. Well, I think we'll come up with some other way to give away some of my money, guys. That's going to be the plan. So, but hopefully a seat comes available at some point. Not wanting to anti-rail the other players, and maybe I can hop in for a little hour or so. I don't know. We will see. We will see, you guys. I did consider playing the evening stream, but I believe it's Pielo Hilo. And
I heard that rumour as well.
I'm not going to have an edge in that game, that's for sure.
That's going to be tough to commentate on. That's going to be.
Oh no! I didn't even think about it, to be honest.
It's going to be tough.
Yeah.
It's going to be chop pot, literally like every hand, or like three-way split. Or just... It'll be interesting to see how the players. I don't think any of them have much experience. I think people are just playing it for the fun of playing it. So it'll be fun to watch anyway. People just flicking it in with like ace deuce with the nut low draw or something on a 7-6 free board.
So Dark Angel Henry, are there any juicy picks from last night?
No, we weren't allowed to take photos inside the club for some
that
reason.
right?
Yeah, I tried taking a video, and one of the security guards literally just like ran over to me and kind of like knocked my hand, and he's like, "No videos, no videos." I was like, "Oh, really?"
Okay.
I think we did get like a few sneaky pictures at the table and that, but no, we weren't allowed to take any pictures, unfortunately. Why is it better to run it twice for ace-ace, Jeffrey? Yeah, Jeffrey, let us know, mate. You're such a boss at running it once or twice, you must know the answer.
Tingaling, it's basically just to reduce variance, and you know, aces there, we are the favourite. When you run it twice, you're going to win, on average, at least one of the run-outs. Sometimes people like to reduce the variance, you know, and allow themselves to lock up at least half the pot. Some people just love the game.
And just run it once.
Yeah.
And really interesting turn card here. Sim opens from the button with the pocket nines. He checks back the ace, king, jack flop.
Tano is leading the
nine,
turn.
and
now, in a spot like this, in Sim seat, I like to see just a flat. You know, it's very hard for us to have bluffs here when we raise. It looks as if you will flat. I like this a lot. You know, then if Tannel has, you know, combinations of king jack, ace jack, etc., he's going to go for value on the river.
yeah, for sure. And
Now that's an interesting card.
Tannel might now think that...
He may just check here and then evaluate.
Yeah.
But he may elect to go for very thin value against perhaps a king or a queen. I think he'll mostly check. Now, Sim does have some missed draws. You know, that he opened pre-right from the button. Could have a hand like 7-8 of hearts, 10-8 of hearts that elects not to fire on the flop. Definitely not impossible. Although we do have a bunch of Jack X in our range as well that checks flop and decides to call turn. Queen Jack of Hearts, for example, would be a candidate to do so. I don't think Tannel folds to this sizing.
Yeah, it's a really small base. Bet 50 to 160, which just screams value.
I mean,
But
he does also chop, you know, with other aces a lot of the time now that the Jack's paired the board. I think Tannel will call, and he does.
Sim's gonna be like, I got a full house, bruh. What have you got? What do you got? We have stale cards.
I'm going to nip to the bathroom, right?
No worries.
Guys, I will be back in a couple of minutes, so I will leave you in the capable hands of Mr. Henry Kilbane.
Guys,
enjoy.
It's going to be tough today. It's going to be really tough. This is painful right now. It's really warm. We got the lights shining down us as well. We're drinking tea and water and juice. We've been up for about 30 minutes. We've slept for about 5 hours. I was doing push-ups in the centre of Tallinn at about 8:30 this morning because it's like a hobby of mine. Every country I go to, I have to do push-ups, 10 push-ups in the middle of a main road. And I finally ticked Estonia off my list, so Why did he comment on the CGF stream at 4:15 a.m.? John? Because John was watching the stream at 4:15 a.m. obviously. John, whereabouts are you guys at the moment? Are you guys going to be getting a suite to play online, or are you guys coming down to the casino to play? So John was just randomly getting involved in the chat last night, guys, at about 4:15 a.m. whilst he was at the club, obviously, and looks like was a limped pot here. Barry called the €4. Sorry, there was a double straddle in play, and Tannel checked flop. Barry bet €10 with his gut shot and backdoor spades in the over, and he does decide to bet now, which is really interesting. He does go for a bet of €20 and 32. As we can see, this isn't going to work. I just think that when we river R3, I mean, we don't beat much anyway. I think the only floats that like Tannel could potentially have is like a hand like 3-4, which we block, and Tannel is going to show the Queen 7, and I think Barry should just check behind this river here for sure. But hey, we know Barry. He loves putting people in the bin as much as possible. He was in a really weird spot yesterday. I was railing him at the table where he was playing 2-2, and two guys shoved in front of him, and he had Jack-6 of diamonds. If you want to talk about heart, listen to this. He had Jack-6 of diamonds, and he's just like, it's only €200, should I flick it in? And he tanked for about 2 minutes, ended up folding, and he would have won both runouts. He was absolutely gutted that he didn't flick it in, but we'll see him put some chips in. The thing is with Barry, if he has a hand that he likes and he just wants to go with it, he'll just go with it. He'll just put it in for the sake of putting it in. He doesn't mind. But John, John, you're coming down and you're not grinding in the suite. And Jeffrey, you're saying lower rake in the suite. Hey, they're all playing on stars, so there you go. John, come and join me in the booth. Get down from your hotel room and come and join us in the booth. I know a lot of people have been watching you over the past 5 days. Probably going to have a lot of questions about some of your plays. I've got a couple of questions about some of your plays. I know Andrew wanted to talk about the ace-10 hand yesterday, but come and join in. Come and get involved. We need some help today. I know you're probably hanging as much as we are, but hey, it'd still be nice to have you, buddy. And Barry deciding to lead with his open-ended straight draw here. Best 26 into a pot of 48. And Victor obviously flopping top and bottom, won't be going anywhere. And Ed and Tannel should be folding these hands. I'll be interested to see if Victor decides to raise here. It is a very wet and coordinated board. Guys, I'm trying my best as possible to speak sense today. So I do apologise if I start just chatting absolute nonsense. I'm not a big fan of this from Barry. I appreciate that obviously he does have an open-ended straight draw, but I think he should be checking when he has 0 backdoors to go with it. Victor now turning a full house. It's 168 in the pot already. Barry has just over pot in his stack. Has about 1.4 stack to pot ratio. I would like to see a smaller sizing here from Victor, maybe targeting a hand like Jack-10, 9-10, trying to keep some of them hands in, Jack-King. He does decide to check though, and if an 8 or a King peels off here, Barry could be in big trouble. And it is a 6, and wow, look at this, Barry just jams and gets the snap call from Victor. And we were talking about heart, guys, and hey, Victor played it perfectly then. If he knew that Barry was going to jam bluff any river, then the check behind on the turn was amazing, and he scoops himself a €654 pot. And Barry coming in with a reload. Looks like he's going to be sitting down with an additional €300 or so. That's heart for you guys. That's heart, and we'll be seeing a lot more of that. That's for sure. Yeah, I agree with Dark Angel. John, get down here and get on the comms. And Boo saying, did you see the 6-6 by Henry? Thanks, Jeffrey. Thanks, mate. Thank you. Appreciate that. If John had the 6-6 in that spot, it's not the question if the money goes in, but when the money goes in. And John, if you want to talk about you don't like to watch me play, why don't you let the chat know who put you in the bin the other night?
6 race 6.
On multiple occasions in the PLO game. You got put in the bin, mate. If we're going to be harsh towards each other, I'll just put it out there, guys. I put John in the bin in the PLO game. And PLO is meant to be his best game. Supposedly his best game. Thanks, Jeffrey. Dark Angel Henry, did you put Andrew straight last night, by the way? What do you mean? I mean, we sent him home. Well, I sent him home with Ryan really early. I mean, I got to the party quite late. Everyone left around 12. I went home, showered, chilled out for a bit, and then got there for about 2 a.m., 2:30, and then we sent Andrew home. We had to send Andrew home. Thanks, Sean. Thanks, buddy. Oh no, with what was put on Facebook. Dark Angel, I completely forgot. And to be honest with you, Andrew left for the party straight away, and there was just no chance afterwards to even consider talking any sense whatsoever. And Victor deciding to lead out on the turn here correctly deducts that his hand is best currently, and we know Ed is capable of making some moves, but with 0 backdoors, he's just gonna give up after Victor leads with the pocket 8s. Thanks, Jeffrey. Yeah, it was massive pot. John, you got stacked, mate. You got put in the bin. And guys, if you ever hear John ever complain again, how about this? He gets it in for like a 1.5k pot with 8-8-7 deuce on a 10-8-3 spade board. It goes like pot, repot, repot, repot. It's like a 5-bet pot. Gets it in with 8s, runs it twice, and then binks the 1 outer against top set of 10s to chop. Yeah, we know you had middle set, John. You had nothing to go with it, mate. No, it's not standard. It's not standard to get 400 bigs in with middle set in a 2-2 game. I think chat will agree. On a 10-8-3 spade board, John got it in with 8-8-7 deuce. So 0 backdoors, 0 flush draws. God, John, get down here so I could rip into you in person, mate. You go. I take it you go to the spa. Thanks, Jeffrey. Against Bennett, I mean, I know you guys have got a lot of history. I don't know. I mean, if you run that through, even if you get it through a calculator, run it through a calculator. If you're up against a hand like Jack 9 with some spade draws, you've got like 46% in that spot, mate.
And we're back.
John trying to justify a really tragic play from yesterday, as always in the chat. John is tingling 7, just in case you didn't know.
Okay, which hand's he talking about?
He got 8s in on a 10-8-3, and he had 8-8-7 deuce. So 10-8-3, 2 spades in the Omaha game that we played the other day.
He had middle set.
He had middle set with 0 backdoors, got it in a 5-bet pot on the flop. So it went bet, pot, pot, pot.
Okay.
1.6k pot, 1.5k pot, and he's...
Guy just got a set of 10s, does he?
Yeah. And then John binks the 1 outer for quad 8s.
What a life.
You know what I mean? Like, this is really interesting here. Victor calls out of the big blind with the 7-5 of diamonds after Aaliyah made it 11 pre-flop. Ilja flops top set, and see, that's really strange from Victor there, you know. After calling pre-flop, picking up the gut shot on the flop, I'm very surprised to see him just to give up
just check
straight
folding.
away. Yeah, check folding.
All right, we are back. We are patched up. We are ready to go.
How you doing anyway?
Yeah, good.
Yeah, good.
Patched up in more ways than one. Patching up, you know, my fragile fragile body and patching up the Cash Game Festival patch. So off we go. Victor, good start. 958 euros. What did I miss when I was away?
We were talking about Barry's heart, and he's got a lot of heart.
Yep.
Barry had 10-5 offsuit in a double straddle.
Right.
Victor had Queen 9 of hearts. Flops come Queen Jack 9. Barry's donk led out 26. Victor's made it 75. There's two clubs.
With top two.
Yeah, top and bottom. And Barry calls, turns the Queen. So there's 170 euros in the
Full
bottom
house.
turn. Barry checks. Victor checks behind. River's the 6 of clubs, bringing in the flush draw, and Barry just open jams 240, and obviously gets snapped off by Victor. So,
Mr. Carl Parrish, thank God you guys are on today. Don't think I could stomach much more of the Star stream. We appreciate you, Carl. Thank you very much, buddy.
Your boy Jake Cody's on the Star stream.
I believe he was. Yeah, they had some sit and go type thing on the go, I believe. Mary Adrift back in the chat. Hello to you, Mary. So we have an open from Tannel, and we have calls from Barry and from Victor in the small blind. Now Carolus with the ace king off, he is going to squeeze to 40. Right, look at the heart being shown as always from Tannel. He's going to click it back to 105. Now I spoke to Carolus a bunch yesterday. He's all in here, in my opinion. Knows that Tannel is more than capable of this type of play.
Just to double check, have I actually got ace king? I do have ace king. I'm going all in.
Very aggressive Tannel, actually.
Yeah, he is. And he's going to have to call as well. He's going to have to call 151 to win 400. His price.
I mean, he's all in here for sure.
He has to call, right? 191.
No. It's about, yeah, he is getting about 2 to 1, maybe just a shade over 2 to 1, but your hand is just in such bad shape so often here.
It looks like they are playing the 7 deuce game as well, because Ed just gestured that he was going to throw €5 to Carolus, thinking that he had jammed with 7 deuce.
Ah.
So it's going to add an interesting dynamic to the game, knowing that they're playing that. Who we got in the chat?
Who we got? We got all the normal Cash Game Festival legends. Thank you, guys. So this is the final day. Sad times.
Sad emojis only, guys.
Sad emojis only. But yes, guys, let's try and finish it off with a bang, with some good action. This is 2-2, no limit hold'em. And later on, we have a PLO high-low. Good luck with me as your co-commentator for that, because I have never, ever commentated on it.
John said he's going to the spa and he's going to come down, so
hey John
can just jump in and do that. And
sounds good.
Yeah, he's such a PLO pro, like he's
boss.
He's a boss in the PLO games, so he can come down.
Yeah, John, put your money where your mouth is, buddy. Show us your skills.
I actually love John's commentary. I've had him in the booth a few times. He really breaks it down in a simplistic way and makes it understandable for maybe players who don't have as much knowledge as he does.
Sure.
So I do enjoy having him in. But,
hey, he says I will later on. Nice one, John. We look forward to seeing you, buddy. So Carolus has flopped 2 pair here in the small blind. Everybody checks. I would expect to see everyone check here, which they do. Now, typically Carolus will lead out here. He's going to know that his hand is good. How you doing?
Man.
He's going to know that his hand is good based on everyone checking the flop. Expect this to just go fold, 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 to be honest. It looks like a small pot for Carolus, which it is. Jeffrey says, nice. I have a feeling Henry will be dropping down to spot number 4 on the commentary list.
Thanks, Jeffrey.
Jeffrey, eh?
Thanks, Jeffrey.
He's a harsh kid, isn't he? He is harsh. Oh dear, we are hanging, guys, today. Last night was the Cash Game Festival Players Party, and yeah, it was interesting to say the least. Cleeds, what's with the 2-2 blinds? How do you mean, my friend? It's a 2-2 game, buddy. That's all we can say. How does Carolus manage to get a seat in all of those games?
He charms his way in, mate. He doesn't chat shit like you do constantly and give everyone grief, He's a nice guy. Says hello to everyone. He says, do you mind if I join in? And we give him a seat. That's what you get for being nice, Jeffrey. And that's why you're never on the feature table. Alright, mate? Thanks.
Absolutely. So Victor, now we have some straddles in play here, guys. Victor in the cutoff should be opening with King Queen off here. It's a very standard spot to open. Does make it 30 to go. 32, right? He needs to make it. No. Oh, they're making him call.
It can't be a call. He's put over 50%.
That's a mistake. Anyway, it should be a min raise.
Yeah, for sure.
And it actually it might save him some money. Ilya's going to jam here, I'm sure, from the mid play.
Just jams him.
Wow. Oh, we thought we had an ace king and an ace queen, but Tauri does just have ace queen in the first straddle.
Victor, not much of a decision here. You know, yeah, I understand. Got Broadway cards, but hey,
with the 7 deuce game, that is one thing that
true. That is very true.
Could affect some decisions when
very
people
true.
shove.
It'd be really interesting if you have aces here because of the 7 deuce game as well, where you just
Sure.
open shove, you know, just to get it in. He does have. Wait.
Sorry, guys,
I'm
little
confused.
error in the graphics here.
Saw an ace queen of Towery. It's Towery that's gone all in by the looks of it.
Is Ilya in the tank with ace king?
I think.
We think there's some errors in the graphics here, guys.
So Ilja's limped big blind. Towery's then jammed from the straddle with the ace queen, and now Ilja should be fist bump. Yes, I can't wait to get my chips in fast enough.
This is a
Put
big
my
slow.
money
This is
in.
a big slow roll.
This is a massive zero. He's already had like 2 minutes worth of thought time when Victor was tanking, and he's in amazing shape. There are only 2 queens left in the deck.
If he calls here, Tauri's going to be fuming. He thinks he's easily ahead.
Wow. Maybe he just doesn't like flipping.
Maybe this is a mistake in the graphics, right?
I think it is.
I mean, surely we do not fold 100 bigs here with this straddle involved.
I don't think it is. I just think he's the type of player that doesn't like
Doesn't want to
flipping.
get 100 bigs in.
Wow. 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 And
That is surprising.
we saw Ace King folded on stream yesterday as well, didn't we? To a 4-bet when Carol's 4-bet.
I mean, for me, that is a clear fist pump get in. We are, okay, it's okay to not want to get 100 big blinds in, but there's the straddle. You can't fold.
It depends. I mean, if
can't
you're
fold
scared money like someone like Jeffrey, you're not getting 100 bigs in with Ace King. And Jeffrey's excuse would be, I'll just wait for better spots, so...
Do you call there, Andy, or do you dance and then call? My chips have hit the felt before Tauri's jammed, basically.
And you've got loads of drool coming down the side of your mouth as well.
We bust in this type of call. We give one of these. And you just flick the one chip in.
You flick the one chip in.
Flick the one chip in.
Go.
Yeah, I mean, Blom, I am with you. I'm not folding. Can't believe he folded there, to be honest. Now, Ed with the ace balls. Now, Barry, as we've seen, loves the game. Don't expect Barry to fold to this.
See Tannel 4-bet pre, sorry. Or 3-bet. No, he doesn't. He lets it go.
Barry is limped, and in the straddle, Ed's making it 32. Now, Barry will flat here, I think. Or is he putting it in? Okay, he does flat. Now, if this comes king or jack high, Barry is going to have to be firing the reload button.
Rebuy.
Let's have a queen 10x, 2 hearts.
Top set.
Okay.
Right. Teach me.
Now, I would like to see Ed check here, actually.
Sure.
I mean, when Barry limps here, obviously we have all the board coverage here with top set of aces. If we're going to bet, we need to bet small.
That's 35.
Yeah, I mean, Barry's not going to fold middle pair.
If a heart rolls off.
If a heart rolls off, or a king.
10, or a queen,
yeah.
even, I don't think Barry will be going anyway.
Now, again here, if we bet turn, we're looking to get action from a king. Now, it depends, mostly, okay, there is the case ace that's possible. Now, you have to think about the best way to get the remainder of Barry's money. I like
this
this
check.
from Ed.
I do like this check.
Now, Barry should check back. I like it. He does. Now, Ed should go for value, I think. We can get a call on the river here from a king who just doesn't believe that we bet with value.
And we also know Barry,
even though it normally is,
checks back a lot of his hands as well.
Sure.
On the river, so there's no point trying to check to induce.
I'd like to see a bet of around about 50. Like even like third pot here, we can get the crying call. Yeah. It's gone really small. I'd go a little bigger than that. I mean, I'd go a little bigger than that.
Send it.
Anyway, nice hand, Ed. 206 euros in the pot. Barry, after a nice start, is in the bin a little bit, unfortunately.
He lost his first buy when you were away.
Yeah, I know you said, yeah.
Yeah.
But he bluffed it off with the 10-5 off.
Ed's also known as the London Tom Dwan.
Is that right?
Yeah. We all call him. Well, when I first met him, I actually thought Tom Dwan was at the table.
He does look a little bit like him.
A little bit.
Yeah.
A little bit.
I don't think it looks that much like him. I can see it in the eyes, but...
No, he looks like Tom Dwan.
He doesn't look as...
He doesn't look like Tom Dwan now, but he looks like Tom Dwan like back in the poker after dark days when he was younger.
I was thinking he doesn't look as startled as Tom Dwan. Tom Dwan always looks like this, I think. Like this.
I know, with the mouth open.
A couple of the legends have walked in. Mr. Peter Laterra and our main man, Mr. Frankie. Hello, guys.
Hello,
how are we doing? How are we feeling today?
You guys are alive. You're alive.
We are alive.
We're alive as well, barely.
Tournament players, we're still alive.
Jumaleza, what have you been drinking? Barely reminds you of Dwan. I agree. I don't think he looks like Dwan either. I think he looks like Dwan to the same extent that I look like Brad Pitt. I'm a man and I have a face.
You look like Brad Pitt a little bit.
Thanks, mate.
You do look like Brad Pitt, mate.
Now, here's a fun story for you guys back in the day. This is pretty cruel, but a guy at our university, his nickname was Brad Pitt because he looks fuck all like him. I mean, it's pretty harsh, but it's pretty funny. Yeah, and there you go, guys. Good story. Anyway, into the action now. I really like this from Ed. He has the nut flush blocker. He has raised the c-bet of Tauri, which was pretty optimistic. Oh, look, Adcom Andy. Oh, is it me doing a dance? Hey, Raptuk, I am fake B Paris. Actually, B Paris is the fake Andy. So, Raptuk, enough of your cheek. Next person to say B Paris gets blocked.
There's a video of you dancing, mate.
Good, right, how do we watch it?
I'm going to say it's just here, by the looks of it.
Is it some of my best moves?
Oh, this is you on stream. There you go.
Yeah, look at that.
Look at that. I'll save it, mate. I'll send it to you.
Loving that. Here's another one. Look at this old chestnut.
Oh my gosh. Someone's had a drink.
I haven't seen the clip yet, mate. I still haven't seen it. Is this you flaming Andro, I believe, in that video?
Me?
No, like this one that Jeffrey's posting.
Yeah.
Like Andrew makes a bad fold, is that right?
No.
No?
No.
Makes a bad call?
I don't want to spoil it.
Right.
No, because it will just completely spoil it for you. I want you to just watch it. I think it's brilliant.
Now, I like how Ed is playing, taking lots of aggressive lines here. Tauri raising 6 on the button. Ed makes it 20. Again, in my opinion, the sizings out of position from players have been too small across the board, in my opinion, this week. Tana loves the game. I mean, you know what's a really interesting dynamic here is Ed and Tannel being seated directly next to each other. It could cause some blood on the felt, in my opinion.
And Ed said to me he's going to try and raise more than 50% of hands this stream, so it'll be interesting to see if he can achieve that.
See if you can do it.
Go on, 5 bet.
Give me a seat in the game.
5
Now,
bet.
I would like to, not to anti-rail Barry, but if you put me in Barry's seat with position on Tannel and on Ed, it could be fireworks. I'm not sure about this peel from Ed. You know, okay, fair enough. You want to win a big pot against Tannel. We're out of position, 10-7 of clubs, suited 2-gappers. They really don't play that well. Anyway, if Tannel can find a c-bet, he is likely to win this pot.
If he's played against Tannel and watched the stream, he probably knows that his 10-7's ahead.
I mean, it can be in
Like
decent
most
shape.
of the time.
He doesn't. It doesn't look like he wants to fold. Oh, he's getting freaky. Loving this little out of position float, guys. You don't see that many of these days. Now, this is a really tough spot for Tannel to barrel, actually.
Does he lead? What does he do?
No, we can check, and then when Tannel's bluffing, he's going to check back a lot on the turn, and we can just lead river. Tannel is going for it, though. How much am I loving the action here? Now, Ed's plan, of course, was to float this flop. And then I think, your plan is for Tannel to check behind, and then you get to bluff river. Now, all of a sudden, your opponent leads 105 on the king turn. I think we've got to give up here. I mean, he could go for something really heroic here and check raise.
Ed can do it. I've seen Ed do it before.
But let's think from a logical perspective. What hands could we possibly check raise here? Ace king, and we probably 5-bet it pre.
Yeah.
Right? If we have a set of deuces or a set of fives somehow, then we just call and let our opponent hang themselves. Yes, well played, Tannel, I gotta say. Takes a lot of heart to fire that turn barrel. Also, though, he knows that Ed doesn't have ace king.
Yeah.
So this is a feasible board to triple off.
For sure.
But I mean, with 10-8 off, I'm not in love with it, but anyway, it gets through. The guys are loving it. The guys are going to war. So that's something to keep an eye on, guys. Tannel versus Ed and how it develops. Actually, don't relish Ed's seat. Tannel, we have seen he likes to 3-bet and put a lot of pressure on players.
Yeah. You want a seat, don't you? You would love to sit in.
I love to play poker, guys. It would be nice to get a seat at some point. Anyway, Jeffrey says Ed's such a legend, very nice guy. Haven't had the
flips. Omaha flips.
Oh yeah, he likes them.
Oh, he was
He's the instigator.
yeah, and he almost got us kicked out of the casino in Bratislava.
And as you predicted, Ed is going Tonto. He's trying to play as many hands as he can. Interesting hand selection again to 3-bet with. Is Tannel going after him again here? Wow. No, not this time. Barry with the Barry with the 10 deuce behind lets it go. We have now Towry. What will he do with the king deuce suited?
Well, if he's
yeah, I like this a lot.
This.
King deuce of hearts doesn't play particularly well as a flat out of position.
Go on, Ed, stick it in his eye, mate.
Yeah, I mean Towry, correctly recognizing that Ed is kind of taking liberties, playing too many hands.
He might have heard us saying that Ed told us he's going to raise.
Maybe. Maybe indeed. Now we can see that if Ed can find a heart to jam, it's going to get through. He did make a sheepish little smile there, though. I think he's going to let this go. Based on his body language, he doesn't look particularly comfortable.
Oh, he does go for it. What a
wow,
boss.
what a play.
5-bet all in.
Wow.
Look at this.
Ed is going to town.
God, Ed.
He's going after the TV table trophy, perhaps.
I think he's like us. He loves the game. He's on TV. Just wants to put people in the bin.
Certainly seems like a possibility.
Just wants to put people in the bin.
Yeah, why is he 3-betting baby pairs? Yeah, it's not standard practice, that's for sure. Maybe he has some history, though, with Towry and recognises he can 3 to 5. I mean, it's very high variance. I'm not sure how much I love it. In any case. Aruhunama with the follow. Thank you very much, guys. Thanks, everybody, for joining us today and everyone who has joined us through the week. We appreciate you very much.
I'm going to jump out for a couple of minutes, buddy.
Absolutely, please do. See you in a little bit.
Catch you in a bit. Do you need a water or anything?
Yeah, please. Yeah. That would be very good. Bring as much as possible. Hey, Carrie, hello. How you doing? So, back into the action we go, guys. Ed in the cutoff with the Jack Deuce of Spades. I mean, Ed is going ballistic, guys, on the stream. He is going for the jugular. Now, Tannel with the Ace 10. I expect to see Tannel 3-bet here. Sure. Thank you. So, Tannel with the 3-bet to 32. Definitely expected this to happen. Ed is playing too many hands, for sure. Now, Victor in the big blind has an interesting spot with Queen 10 of clubs. I wouldn't actually hate to see a 4-bet here. Does let it go. Min 4 Chars has followed. Thank you, buddy. Ed's just going to go ahead and release. And Tano is going to take it down pre. So, guys, what are you up to today? What's everyone doing? Mary says, what a sweet lady. I know, how nice of her to just come and help us out in the booth. Yeah, I mean, are people grinding online? Are you just chilling, watching the action here with us at Cash Game Festival? Let us know what you are up to. So guys, final No Limit Hold'em stream of the week. 2-2 No Limit Hold'em. You can see Victor out in front with €927, followed by Tannel, then Ed, Sim, Carolus, Barry, and Towery, bringing up the rest of the chip counts. You're making coffee, Mary. Bring it to the booth. Bring it to the booth. We need it today. So, Barry on the button, 10-7 off. It's going to mix in with a limp. Interesting.
Hey, hey, hey.
Hello there, Mr. Wacky Jackson. Jason Glatzer, hello, my friend. How we doing? How's it going?
Good, good. Yeah, I'm full of energy. I wasn't.
Good for you.
I wasn't drinking out of the bottle of vodka last night.
You know what? I didn't do that, but I heard that Henry and Jordan were sampling some vodka, shall we say. Now look at this. The case 10 has hit the board. Everybody with a pair of 10s. Carolus with the best kicker. He is going to go ahead and lead €10. No, 14, excuse me. Barry coming along with middle pair and a 7 kicker. And so is Victor.
Nobody going anywhere.
All of them want a 10. But none of them are going to get one.
No, no.
Interesting if like a jack peels off or something like that here. See how the action continues. A 7 or a 9 would also be action. Turn is a blank. I expect this to go check, check, check a decent amount of the time here. I think everyone will check. Yes, indeed they do.
That makes sense.
Good to see that my analysis is still not completely dead.
And it's check around once again.
It probably will.
Everybody has showdown value.
I mean, there's no reason for Victor to bet here into 2 opponents. You're not getting value from any worse hands. You could check and bluff catch against maybe a queen jack or something if you smell it out on the river. I expect everyone to check and Carolus to win this pot. And indeed, that is what happens. So nice pot for Carolus, €84 in there. Dark Angel says hiya, Jason, with a love
Hey,
heart.
Dark
With a
Angel.
little love heart.
Who else we got in the chat today? We have Carl also.
Yep.
Much love to Carl.
We have the intrepid Mr. Jeffrey, as always.
Love to him as well.
We
despite
love
what you
Jeffrey.
said.
We love Jeffrey. He's a pain. He's a pain in the arse, but we love him. We love him. So as you can see, guys, Victor out in front. Watch out, Jason, for the dynamic between Ed and Tannel. They're going to go to war for absolute sure at this table. Already been clashing a bunch of times. Oh, everyone's on the shots.
Yeah, this is what we like
I
to
can't
say.
watch it. I can't watch it, guys.
Free alcohol on the feature table.
Can't watch
Take
it.
advantage of it. How many of these guys were at? Barry.
Is it free alcohol on the feature? Nobody told me.
Barry drank more than probably anybody
know.
at the party last night.
And he's still, oh,
He's a champ.
what a machine. Anyway, off we go. Now, Ed has set himself the challenge to raise more than 50% of hands at this feature table.
That's good to hear because Ed sometimes plays a little tight because
Yeah?
I mean on the you know he's playing I wouldn't say tight but like
Okay.
ABC style. He's definitely capable of firing bluffs and things like that. That's not what
He's
I'm
been going
saying,
pretty-
but,
yeah.
Like his opening range is
Sure.
Unless it's a friend that he's targeting, then you know it's
Sure.
not the loosest player.
Yeah, he's been going pretty crazy so far, actually. Anyway, Tannel in the hijack opens to €7. Now, Barry flats the cutoff. I'm not a big fan of calling with these offsuit aces. They play much better as a 3-bet or a fold, in my opinion. Flop goes check, check. Turn's going to go check, check. Now, I expect Tannel to stab river here.
Man,
does.
He does. Your reads are so on right now.
And Barry, though, is going to look him up with ace high. You know, Tannel has to bet river here if he wants to win the pot. Obviously does not have showdown value with 10-9 off.
What do you think of the sizing of 6?
I mean,
It's a
it
22.
actually should be fine, because if our opponent doesn't have a queen, they're going to have a lot of hands, you know, maybe like 10-jack suited, king 10 suited, king jack suited, and hands like this. If they had, you know, 3s, 4s, 5s, 6s, 7s through 10s, we would have heard about it before the river. So really, you're just targeting to get ace highs and king highs that don't have a queen in them to fold.
But if
And
you're doing
so-
that, you need to bet a little bigger.
I don't think you do, really.
6 into 22, though. You only have to be right about
Yeah, but-
25% of the time.
Yeah, but king high is not going to call this
King
river.
high might not, but ace high, you should call any ace, I think, there.
I don't know about that.
Only have to be right 25%. And as you said, you're firing out more than that
25% of the time it works. Every time.
every time.
Name that movie.
Ooh, you're putting me on the spot. on movie quotes
Ah,
again.
no good.
It's like me with the music quotes, putting people on the spot yesterday. Nobody was getting my obscure references. I snuck one into Poker News yesterday, though.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
What did you get in?
Jesus was way cool after he won the feature table. I doubt anybody in the chat gets the reference.
No, I don't. Actually.
No.
Care to enlighten me?
I want to see if anybody in the chat gets
Okay.
it first. Jesus was way cool was the title. Although if you read Poker News,
So
you
it's the
probably
title of
already
a
have
song,
it.
is it? From.
Yeah. I'll
Okay.
give you the year, so you have a little bit of a clue.
Okay,
It's
go on then.
1990. A very obscure band.
1990.
Very obscure band. I was a DJ from 90 to 95,
Very obscure
so
band.
I know a lot of obscure bands.
Okay, well, I don't think I'm going to get it.
All right. It's a. Do we
Yeah,
have any
Blom.
guesses, or nobody even wants to guess?
Whoa, low, low, low. Maybe Ruhunama is just
I
laughing.
got your reference.
Yeah.
Nobody will get my reference.
Anchorman references, baby.
It's still a good. Like,
Is it King Missile?
It is.
Dark Angel.
Dark Angel wins a prize.
Absolute boss.
I'm not sure what kind of prize I can give. Maybe like a virtual kiss is a prize.
Oh.
From you, though, not from me.
Dark Angel.
We'll both get it
Big
together.
love.
Yeah.
Not sure that's a prize, but you know, in Jason's eyes it is, so
Yeah.
I'm gonna go with it. Yeah, Anchorman references, Blum. What can I say? I might try and get as many as I can into the stream. Now that could be impressive.
I
Anyway.
see Henry's back, too.
Mr. Henry Kilbane.
You ready to take back over? You want your driver's seat?
Give me a couple of minutes.
Okay. He's back as an observer. He could give me some critiquing on my commentating.
Henry is hanging, I'm not gonna lie. He is also hanging. We are both
The struggle is
powering
real.
through it though. I am alright now. I'm warming to the task. Warming to the task. Now, here we go. Now, Barry, too much limping going on, buddy. You know, there is a straddle of 16 here. Now, Victor in the cutoff with the kings is definitely going to raise.
It's race 50.
Excuse me.
I'm loving Victor's look on this table. Like, we have a good
Sure.
picture of him with the glasses and look the cards like in the glasses. The one thing you have to be careful about when you're wearing glasses like that, though, is that you understand where the reflection when looking at your own cards, how to avoid that.
Absolutely. Now, Victor, of course, going to bump it up with the kings. Now, Barry, he doesn't know it yet, but he's in a bad spot. Now, Tannel, we know Tannel likes to get out of line.
They're suited.
I mean, this is taking liberties if we raise
They're
here.
not even suited. They're just the same color.
I'm not going to lie, I'm not a fan of this. Really not a fan of completing here with Queen 6 off.
It's not horrible by Barry once there's a second caller, I think, but it's a borderline even there.
I mean, limp call from Barry, I really don't like.
The limp part I don't like, but once you limp, to have to call two people.
Yeah, I
Especially
guess.
since the straddle's
I mean,
racing
half his stack is in here now, that's the problem.
wide. Yeah, he's not.
Now,
he's not
Tano is
crazy.
just flicking in the 100 nonchalantly with the Queen 6 off. This Queen 6 defend, I really don't like. And of course, now we flop middle pair, we have to call flop. Now, Victor can just bet here at will. He certainly should be. I'd like to see him bet around about 200 here.
Looks
Set
like
up a river
got
jam.
3 black ones
It's a
in the
bit
middle
big.
there.
Bit big. Anyway, now Tannel, we know he likes the hero, but this is dicey in the extreme.
He's
What is
all
he?
in.
What is he doing?
Oh, the headphones come out one time.
Tannel has punted it off here,
Or he's
folks.
saying 1 minute, I think, not one time.
Victor absolutely fist pump called as well. Didn't even think about it.
So then he's saying 1 time with the 1 finger. And it holds.
Oh, it's 6-4.
Oh, we had it wrong.
Oh,
So that actually changes the whole dynamic.
Of
You
course
call
it does.
every time there the raise once you're in on the straddle.
wow.
It was 34 more to
Pot
call.
of 1.8k euros.
The suited gappers.
Look at Tannel, he's absolutely loving life.
And Victor taking it like a man.
I was going to say, I was super surprised to see Tannel put it in with the Queen 6. Now, of course, when he has two pair, he's clearly going to get it in. Unlucky for Victor.
But even pre-flop, I think he was in the...
Yeah, I mean,
he was in the,
it's okay
in the
to
Strata
defend.
+2. He
It's
already
okay
had
to defend
some
this
of them.
hand. It's okay to defend this hand for sure.
He's loving life, though.
Wow. Wow,
He
wow,
wins
wow,
another hand like
indeed.
that, Peter Laterra may be in trouble to hold on to the
Yeah,
trophy.
that's very true. Now
I
we
don't know
now
what he bought in for. Did he buy
it's
it for a grand?
saying that Victor has 1.8k, but that is incorrect. It is Tannel who is sitting pretty with 1.8k euros. I think he bought in for 500.
Wow, so he's getting close then. If it's
So
1.3,
1.3.
650 bigs already.
Yeah. What did Peter win? 900 odd.
Almost 1,000. 998.
So another 400 big blinds, and Tannel could win the TV
And the
table.
later one is PL08, so it's going to be harder to get like that 1,000 mark at PL08 with all the split pots.
That's very true.
Although Frankie's on the table, so it may be a little less hard. Much love to you, Frankie, but it may be a little less hard.
Now Henry is saying Geordie's in a ditch somewhere. That's pretty accurate, I must say. Last time I saw Geordie, he
Let's hope
was
he's not in a ditch.
he was in the fetal position, rocking slowly.
In his room or like at a club?
In his room, in his room.
Okay.
Yeah. He was on song in the club, he was on form. Anyway, guys, off we go back into the action. What a hand that was. Now, I think Victor should at least consider what he's going to do on the turn. I mean, we are pretty much pot committed.
I think it's a snap
But
there.
nah, but Tannel is not going to check shove with like Jack 10 here, Jack Queen or something like this.
We were surprised when he did it with the Queen. When we
Sure.
thought he had Queen
I mean,
6.
I was in disbelief when he put it in with Queen 6. I think he's going to have a set and two pair a lot there, actually. You know, when your
It's
opponent...
such a hard fold, though, at that point. It's such a hard fold.
Of course it is, but I mean, we should always consider it in this spot. You know,
What's his equity if he knows his opponent has 6-4 even on the river?
not great. He has 3 jacks, 3 deuces, and 2 kings, so
So 16%.
16% or so, which obviously is
You're not getting the
not
value. No.
great. Anyway, Victor in the hijack has reloaded, limps in with the ace-6 off.
You waiting for a seat?
Well, is Barry still playing? I'm not sure if he is. Anyway,
Barry went to take a break, I think. He was going back.
okay.
The struggle is real for Barry, I think.
He's struggling as well. Barry, I feel your pain, brother.
He's still doing shots at the feature table.
I
though,
feel
so-
your pain, bro.
In fact, he's probably the one encouraging the shots at the feature
Yeah.
table. But
Now, big flop here for Towrie.
yeah, look at that.
Flopping middle pair and, sorry, bottom pair and an open-end straight draw. Tannel does have an 8 high flush draw. And from what we have seen, Tannel will not be backing off in any of these spots.
Nor should he in this one, depending on what
So
the action is.
checks to Tannel. He does take his free card. Now, a heart will, of course, be an action card. We can see Ed has the 9 of hearts, so that can't come. But if the ace of hearts hits this river, Tyrie's going to be in trouble. Now, Tannel, of course, has to complete with his 8 high flush draw. He'll be looking for a heart. The ace of hearts specifically would be big action here. Now, Victor should fold for sure, which he does. Ace of hearts for the action on the
Ace
stream.
of hearts.
Nope.
Oh.
But he does make a pair. Now, Tyree should... I expect Tyree to check river and then evaluate. And now Tannel has river to pair, does have some showdown. He can check river. It shows the flush draw. And the pair of 8s. Nice little pot for Tyree of 80 euros.
Yeah, it's a seat open, but they've got a waiting list.
Bad times, guys. I tried to get on the table for you to get the 50 euro giveaway active, but we believe there is a waiting list.
Get on the PO8.
I have no clue how to play it.
But Frankie's there, so it's okay.
Oh, great. Frank, you can coach me through it. So, anyway, guys, as I was saying earlier,
I could
sorry,
give you
my
a quick PO8 lesson, though.
sure, that would be good. My
Basically, in tournaments, playing for the low and getting it in is okay, but for cash games, it's more important to be evaluating your high hands anyway. The low, because it's an 8 qualifier or better, comes up about 50% of the time, which means you're playing pretty much 25% of the pot, plus there's a lot of chops in the low. So you're really still looking at your high hands for Omaha
Okay.
and evaluating the boards for the low hands.
Sure.
But if there's a lot of action in front of you, there's no shame in folding like 4 low cards, especially if you don't have an ace in the mix there.
Okay.
Suited cards are obviously pretty good even if they're low because you have the flush possibility and the low draws. So it's not as complex as you think, and I think it's not going to be like a full expert's appeal. Wait,
I'll pick it up, I'm sure.
yeah. Latera, I think, is going to be on the table. He's probably going to be one of the tougher players if he is playing, and Christoph has been asking for this game for 2 festivals straight.
Nice.
So he's going to be at the table. I have no idea of his skill level at the game, though.
All right. So Ed has decided to bump it up from the big blind to 25 euros against a bunch of limps and 1 straddle. Gets 3 callers. You got to love the action at this table. We have Tannel, Barry, and Victor all getting involved. Now Barry is in trouble. Tannel with a better top pair than him.
But neither have good kickers, though. So
Barry only has 54 euros, so he's going to put it in.
Get in.
Now, the interesting decision here for Tannel is, does he elect to raise against Ed? I would expect him just to call. You know, we can keep in some bluffs from Ed. If we raise and get re-raised here, it's a bit of a disaster. Barry's
There we
gonna
go,
put it in.
Barry. There we go. Go big or go home, or just get it in.
Go
Because
54
you
euros or
can't-
go home.
Yeah.
Now, Ed and Tannel will only be able to call. Oh, Victor's got bottom set.
Oh,
I never
wow,
even
look at
realized. Sorry, guys.
Everybody's in a world of hurt.
I'm absolutely sleepy today, guys.
Ed will get rid of this if Victor raises.
Yeah. Okay. Guys, the announcement has been made. I can go and play on the TV table.
Oh, no.
I will go and get involved. Why not? It's got to be done. Anyway, so what happened with the bottom? So he can't have had bottom set. He folded, didn't he?
There's even a 3 on the flop.
Sorry, guys. We've had a few glitches in the graphics. It's King 4 deuce. Okay. So Ed kind of has to flick in an additional 9 euros. He turns a jack. So he does actually turn a pair.
There's a jack, not a 2. Okay.
Now the question is, will Tannel bet? He doesn't. Now Ed could backdoor 2 pairs here, which would be pretty sick. River is an 8 though. Tannel's going to win this pot, presuming he doesn't fold.
Do we know if there's a king on the flop?
Ed's
though? 'Cause
betting 5.
The cards aren't matching fully up here.
No,
so
there is,
we
there
know
is.
there is. Okay.
Ed is betting 3 euros. It's a clear blocker bet to try and make sure Tannel doesn't get out of line. Tannel with the better kicker. He's in the hunt for the TV table trophy, guys.
And this might be where you're sitting. That could be your empty seat.
So what do you think, guys? Am I going in? What do we think?
Do
I
it,
think you
buddy.
give it a punt.
We're in?
Do it.
All right, guys, I'm going to go and join the feature table. Wish me luck.
How much you sitting down with? Just so I can...
500.
500?
Is that the max?
I think
And
so.
I'm going to write
All
up
right.
that you're joining the TV table. So, Henry, you're by yourself
I'm
for
gonna
a little
leave-
bit, but I'll join you in like 10 minutes.
Okay, guys, wish me luck. I'm
Good
going to
luck.
go and play for a little bit.
I'll be back, guys.
And I'll be back in the booth later, guys, for the PLO high-low coverage.
Good luck, buddy.
Right. Cheers.
Jump in. What up, what up, what up? Right, guys, so
run a
you have...
€25 giveaway closest predictions.
A what?
Tell them, I'll give €25 for you predicts.
For this table or
Sure.
for the high-low table?
Not for this one.
For this one.
For how much money I win or lose.
Right, so guys, we are on a 20-minute delay, so you will see Andrew in the building in that seat there in about 20-25 minutes time. So up until that point, I want everyone to get their guesstimates in the chat. He is going to be running a giveaway, giving money out of his own pocket. So guys, get your guesses in the chat. I see Dark Angel said plus 400. He's sitting down with 500. So closest to the correct number, overall figure of Andy's score will be getting, I believe, 25 or 50 euros. I'm not sure. Andy, how much money was it? 25 euros is going to be given away on this stream, and believe if he plays...
Because I don't have much time, you see.
Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. Yeah, so Bloom saying, what do we guess? Yeah, so Andy's going to be sitting down with 500, guess his overall scores, and then whoever gets it closest will get that free 25 euros. He's saying he's only giving away 25 euros due to the fact that he's not going to get as much time. He's going to be playing for about an hour, hour and a half, guys, because obviously we have been live now for about an hour, I believe. So get your guesses in the chat, and then whoever gets the closest will get that free money. 25 euros out of his pocket, and Sim flopping a set, not getting any action though, unfortunately, by the looks of things. So guesses in the chat. I'm going to type my guess in. I'm going to go with let's go with plus. At this table, I'm going to go on the big side. I'm going to say plus 450. So everyone's guesses are in, and then we will be giving away the money. What I'll do is take into account what state he's in now. So good point, Dark Angel. He is obviously he's not in the best shape at the moment, that's for sure. But no, I'm sure he'll be fine, and it'll be interesting as well. Obviously, all the feedback and hand analysis that he's been given over the last 5 days. Let's see if he can make the right move every time, every hand, as he clearly thinks he's capable of doing. That's for sure. And wow, Tannel really setting himself up with a good chance of getting this trophy at the moment. Sat on about 1.6k. He flops the absolute world once again. And Tarry now, Tarry already had a gut shot. Victor with the open-ended straight draw. Tannel does check it twice. And it looks like Tauri is going to lead. He bets 12 euros into a pot of about 18. And Tan obviously not going anywhere. Now the question is whether he decides to raise now or reevaluate on the river. He does raise it up to 40, and Tauri folds his open-ended straight draw. So guys, you've got about 20 minutes or so to get your guests in the chat. Don't forget, we are also going to be running a free roll later on today. I can confirm that it is a 500 euro free roll, courtesy of another one of our sponsors, Olibet. So guys, if you haven't got an account on Olibet, all you need to do is get yourself registered, get yourself an account. I'll be giving away the password in about 30 minutes time, because it does start earlier than all the other free rolls we've had so far. It starts in about 55 minutes time, guys. 8 p.m. Estonian time, 6 p.m. UK time. So yeah, we'll be giving away the password in about 35 minutes. That's 500 euros on Olibet, plus the 25 euros that Andy's going to be giving away. All the guests in the chat, brilliant. Dark Angel, but Henry, you've got insider knowledge, lol. You know all the players. Hey, Dark Angel, don't try and take away my chance of getting even more money off Andrew. I've already won loads off him so far this week on stream. From obviously we were flipping in certain spots and like choosing winners and that. Why not make another 25 euros? Come on. I know. I tell you what, if I win it, I will put it on black, and then if black comes in, I will then give away that 50 euros to one person who's tuning in for the stream later on. What we'll do is we'll do a random name selection, which we can do. I believe Tony's capable of doing that. So if I do win, guys, I'll stick it on black. If black comes in, it will then be 50 euros, and then I'll give it away to one viewer who's tuning in for the high-low stream that starts later on today. So there you go. Rohinama, yeah, it's going on black. It is going on black. 22 black, you guys know. And I'm not sure if Min for Charles was shouted out. Thanks for hitting the follow button, buddy. Regardless, we don't mind shouting out people's names twice. Thanks for tuning in. And Ilja with a 7 deuce here. Obviously, there is a 7 deuce game in play. Ed calling the open from, well, Tannel's just putting people in a cage today. Up to 1.7k. And he has 7 deuce. Tannel with the 7 deuce gets it through with the 3-bet, and it looks like he's picked up an additional 35 euros from the other players. That's correct, yeah. Mary Drift, Olibet is the site our free roll's going to be on today. It's one of our partners. So obviously massive shout out to all of our partners who throughout this week have organised some amazing free rolls for you. I believe we've had, let me just tally it up, 5, 7, 9, 10. So we've had 10,500 euros worth of free rolls so far this week, guys. So I'm glad you guys had the chance to obviously get involved in those free rolls, and hopefully some of you locked up some money, well, free money, which is my favourite thing, or one of my favourite things. Tarry opening from under the gun +1 here with the King Queen of Hearts. Ed electing to flat with the pocket fours from the hijack. Fairly standard so far. Tannel collects it as always to 22 from the cut-off with the Jack 8 offsuit, and I'm going to expect to see it go cool here for sure. And Ed does flick in the additional 16 euros with the pocket fours. We'll be going 3 ways to this inflated pot for no reason, because Tannel is going for the trophy, clearly. Man's on a mission. Looks like he's up about 500 bigs or so far. Oh wow, now look at this. Ed, probably assume he is behind, but he does pick up some equity with the gut shot. A little does he know he is ahead at the moment. And now that's a really interesting turn card as Tarry picks up the nut flush draw. Does decide to bet. He bets 35 into 70. I don't mind checking it here, because if you get bluff raised off of your equity, obviously if Ed decided to bump it up or Tam decided to bump it up from behind, put yourself in a really weird spot. And Ed could call here depending on what river comes. I know Ed's a very capable player, and he's very capable of sniffing out bluffs, that's for sure. We saw him earlier on float out position with a 10 high. So the man's on a mission, and wow, the deuce of hearts comes in now, and it'll be interesting to see if Tarry now checks his flush and lets Ed bluff, or whether he's going to bet. It looks like he's going to bet. It looks like he's going to go quite big now, which is always a bit of a tell, in my opinion, when you bet small on the smaller side, and then when you do hit your card, you kind of like bump it up. He bets 85 into a pot of 140, and should see Ed let this one go with 0 hearts in his hand. I think he has to. I think he has to let this one go, and he does block like potential like bluffs like 4-6. He loses to 4-7, so should see this one go here. No heart in his hand as well.
No, nothing blocking. It's definitely feasible for Tarry even to check the flop with an ace here and hope that he gets action, bet back into the out of position.
And I know Tarry's been on the tighter side so far as well this game. Wow, and he does call it off and gets the bad news. And Tarry now up to 526 euros, scoops a tiny little profit of 168 euros from that hand. Ed with a very questionable call. I'll definitely be asking him about that one later on. So guys, you've got about 15 more minutes or so to get your guesses in the chat. So Andrew, yeah, he's sat down. So we are on a 20-minute delay, so he should be on your screens in about 15 minutes time. He's sitting down with 500. We've got 10-15 more minutes to get your guesses, 1 guess per person, and then we'll be giving away 25 euros to whoever gets closest to his end result, whether it's a profit, whether it's a loss. And wow, HRR Nighthawk dropping the 50 bits. Thank you very much, buddy. And Sama Kamus has hit that follow button as well. Thanks very much for tuning in, guys. Get involved in the chat. We love getting people involved. Not only do we obviously just want people to enjoy what's going on, but we want people asking us questions, ridiculing us in the chat. You know, I've been the target of a lot of abuse so far this week.
By Jeffrey.
Understandable, and Roseboom as well.
Rose, come on. This is Henry. Henry's legendary.
I don't mind. And Blom 1006 asked a really good question. How is the giveaway going to be credited? So we will, whoever gets closest, we will obviously send you a message through Whisper, the way I did it last time. I asked the winner of the giveaway that I ran at the Cash Game Festival in London what their preferred choice was, and it was through PokerStars, so I just transferred them on PokerStars, but you can obviously, I'm more than happy to transfer like bank, PayPal, Stars, whatever way you want the money to go to you, just let us know in a whisper, and we will obviously get that money transferred over to you straight away.
Or you come to the next cash game festival. That's even better.
And
You
then you
get it in
get
person.
cash money. Cash money. Now, I did it through PokerStars last time, Blom 1006, and Smoothie hitting the follow button as well. Thanks very much for tuning in, guys. And it looks like Kills 90 in the building. Maverick 3913. What's the entry? So Maverick, all you need to do is guess how much Andrew is going to finish up or down. He's sitting down with 500.
I'm going to guess he wins 142.
142. There you go, guys. We've got.
I'm not
guesses
in the
from-
contest. You guys can take it. But it's
I'm in the
142.
contest, and I've said that if I win it, I'm going to put the 25 on black, and then if the black comes in, I'm going to give it away to one lucky viewer for the latest stream. So
Okay, I'm going to do one better than you. If I win, the 25 is
Go on.
going to go on number 14.
okay,
Half of it goes to me, and half of it you guys can figure out how to give away in the PLOA
greedy.
stream.
He's keeping half of it. So
It's
you've got
going to be
145.
still giving away, like, what is 25 times
It's
36?
35 times 25. Wow, yeah, that's a lot.
Yeah.
Okay, fair enough.
It's 900 euros, so
Yeah,
I would get
thereabouts.
about 450, and I'm giving away 450.
All right, a real punter over here, putting it on one number.
It's a
25
chip,
euros
It's just a chip.
on one number.
It's just a chip from the stack.
Maverick saying minus 500. Wow, savage, savage, savage. And
It's certainly
Roma-
possible with the buy-in. If you're going to be thinking he's one bullet, then that's actually not the worst guess
especially
strategically.
as he's going to be. Is he on the left? Yeah, he's on the left of Tanel
Because it could be
and
even like
Ed
last
as well.
hand of the night, he gets it all in and he loses,
sure.
and he's minus 500.
For
So
sure,
that's actually
yeah.
a solid guess, even though I think he's going to win money. It's kind of a GTO guess, with everybody else guessing plus. You can even be good if he loses 200 and nobody's coming close to guessing that.
For sure. That's a good point, actually. So, yeah, guys, there you go.
Someone
Bit
could
too
block
easy
him
saying
with the
plus
minus
400.
499 though.
And Raul Humo saying, isn't he like a 500 zoom rig? Yes, he is. The man is a crusher. And he's going to be jumping into the 2-2 game to make it even more enjoyable for you guys to watch. And I want everyone to just absolutely rinse him if he like messes up a hand, because I know he rinsed me about the sixes hand. And wow, look at this now.
Oh,
Victor is raised from the hijack, 220 with the king jack offsuit. Careless, fairly standard stuff, elects to flat with the pocket eights. Now Towery, didn't
looks
see what
like
sizing. I like this sizing out of the big blind. I wouldn't even mind making it slightly more, just because we are out of position. And Victor now, we've seen, hates folding Broadway cards, 2 or 3 bet, and he looks like he's in a world of pain once again.
the glasses come back on.
Headphones
The
go
right,
back
there
in.
we go. And the praying to the poker gods begins.
I wouldn't be surprised to see Victor call here. And if Victor calls, Carolus is getting a really good price to come in position as well.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I think Carlos would know, though, he's set mining, so calling, if Victor calls is easy, he could even lay it down. Now he has a decision.
wow.
I could see calling, I could see folding.
I don't like calling against Towery here. I know it's a short.
Because it's 60 to, I mean, there's already 134 in the pot, plus winning another, it's a pure set mine, though, plus winning another 500 and change. It's not really good implied odds to call 60 there.
He should be easily the best player on the table, for sure. Not only is he the best player on the table,
It's
he's
tough to
one of the
say.
best players in the world currently,
live-
online and live.
But live, I would say, like Carlos, he plays live poker. He plays live cash for a living. And seat 7, this is what he does. So
Yeah,
again, he
I
plays
know,
2-5 as well. He'll play 5-10.
I think he's talking about Andy, saying
Yeah,
Andy's one of the
I'm
best.
saying though that it's probably close between the two of them. Carlos does quite okay for himself.
I know, he's a good bloke as well.
Online, it's going to be Andrew, but Carlos doesn't play online. You know, it's a live. I don't know. Carlos probably has more live experience than Andrew, just based on the fact that he plays every day live.
Yeah, for sure. He does play a lot. Andrew flicks in the 10K tourneys as well.
Yeah. I mean, all-around player Andrew is going to be better. Online, for sure, he's better. I'm talking about a live cash game. Andrew may have more reads than the players just because he was in the booth, but by now Carlos has a read on all his opponents as well, so from that aspect it's pretty even.
Jeffrey's saying, lol, slam dunk Andy, I'd even lay a price there. I have to agree with Jeffrey, I'd lay a price there. And wow, what a flop.
I don't like betting against either of these guys. I like them both. I'm just saying it's not as like slam dunk as both of you are making it out to be. Just looking at it objectively, not taking friendship into mind.
Oh, I've only known Andy for like a week and a half. I know you've known Andy for a lot longer. I've known Carlos for a lot longer. Andy's been around for decades. For decades.
But live poker is a new thing for him in the last few years, so
Yeah.
it's...
There you go, Jeffrey. You have different opinions. Leave it at that. Poker is poker. Carlos has a lot of experience playing live, that's for sure, and it's going to be interesting as well. They are going to be opposite sides of the table, so and wow, Tannel with 2 pair
They get it in.
against
It's
a
a small
gut shot
stack.
and the nut flush draw.
Does he get there? No.
He doesn't. Wow, Tannel is just holding everything today. He's up to 1.8k, and
He's getting closer to that magic number.
he is. Yeah, I think he needs to be up 2,000 in total.
Yeah.
He's up about 1.3 at the moment, so he needs about another 700 or so. The current leader is on 998 big blinds, so he is currently in the running, and especially with Andrew coming and sitting down with 500 as well. If them two stack off and Tannel wins the hand against him, he's going to be close. It's going to be very close.
What do we have going on in the chat box here?
Rohum is saying low at reads, poker is poker. It's barely in the same universe. And Jeffrey's saying the skill gap between 500 Zoom players and live regs is insane. Crazy Rabbit saying, hey Dark Angel, I like your post in the community. Thanks very much, Dark Angel. I think I saw the same post as well. And Carl Parrish saying, I'm glad I didn't go to the Mega Stack in London. It's been 10-handed play there. Phew, I hate 10-handed play. I must agree, it's slow and painful. And when you get a couple of players that like tanking every decision they have to make, it can be extremely grueling. Guys, going to be giving away the password in about 20 minutes time or so. If you haven't got an account on Olibet, get yourself registered. They're going to be holding a €500 free roll
Nice.
for you viewers again today. We've given away almost 11,000 euros worth of free rolls so far this week.
Sick.
A lot of money.
Sick.
A lot of money. And we know Tannel won't be going anywhere here. Even though Tari has come in for the free bet on the button, Tannel is going for that trophy. He's made it clear that he just wants to get involved as much as possible. He's got a check. I'd like to see a check back from Tari, and he does. Now, will Tannel take a stab on the turn? Looks like he's bet 30 into 60, and Tari snap calls. Oh wow, look at this. Tannel just running so pure at the moment. Hits the jack on the river. Will he take a more passive approach?
No, he's going to fire.
That's 55, and
That's a sneaky bet.
we've been talking a lot about these spots with Andy during the week, where when Tauri snap calls turn after checking back river, you know, you normally see this from players who like are on a draw or like floating with like ace king, ace queen, etc. And that he never has a really strong rally range there. So even if that jack hadn't come off, I'm sure Tannel would have fired again. And we've seen that Tannel just has loads of heart at the moment. He's going for that trophy. And there, is that him there? No, it's not. I thought that was Andy then, jumping in the booth.
But to go back to Jeffrey, yes, it's 500 Zoom is probably one of the toughest games online to beat. But if you aren't playing online, you can't really judge one versus the other. I mean, I'm lifetime profitable on the 500 Zoom, and I don't even play live NL cash. You know, it's not something I grind, but over like a 20,000 hand sample size, I'm up like about 10 grand in it. You know, it's Not a big sample size by all means, but it's not.
Still a decent amount of sample size, 20k hands. It's a good sample.
There's still some fish that enter that.
Yeah, for sure.
It's not. And even the regs, if they don't have their HUD stats on you, it's like that's what they're relying on.
And Boo's saying, did I miss something whilst having dinner? Tano has a huge stack. Yeah, he turned 2 pair against the Pocket Kings of Victor. They were both about 400 big blinds deep. Got it all in on the turn, and I believe Tano checked the turn when he turned 2 pair. Victor bet 300 into about 330. Tano jammed for about 750, and Victor snapped him off and got the bad news and bricked out on the river as well.
What is Boo's saying here? He's spewing something.
Boo saying, I've had this discussion with you before and we're not going to agree, but in 2018 I'd crossbook a lot of live regs in 500 zoom.
Well, he's not going to play 500 zoom. I'd crossbook him on a table like this anytime. Like Carlos is pretty solid. So I'm not saying Andrew isn't, and maybe not do it with Andrew, but if you want to take Carlos against any random player, by all means, online grinder. That's up to you.
There you go, Jeffrey. Send the details over to Jason, and he'll have that crossbook with you. It looks like Andrew's actually sat down with slightly less by the looks of it.
You can read your opponents in live poker a lot differently than with the HUD. It's like you get used to doing that. Andrew, when he's sitting and playing, he's getting those same reads. So I'm not saying anything negative against Andrew, but your typical 500 zoom reg, yes, in a live setting, it's going to be different for them. They're going to still be obviously very profitable in any game, but will they be as profitable as somebody that's playing all the time and getting the live reads that they're always getting? I couldn't say. Really?
John back in the building. Tingling 7. What's up, Jeff? And guys, you're getting out of hand here. By the way, lol equals dick in Dutch. Just saying. Come on, guys. Come on. And once again, massive shout out to HRR Nighthawk for dropping the 50 bits. Thanks very much, buddy, for tuning in. And look at that, Tano up to 1.9k.
He's got the 500. There he is. Alexi as well with the 500 stack.
Alexi's a very good player as well.
It just got tougher this table.
It did just get a lot tougher. It looks like we've got a triple straddle, so 16 to go. I think I've got a feeling this is going to play a lot more like a 2-5 game now. I think it's going to be extremely uncomfortable for the guys sat in seat 7 and seat 8. I believe they've got shallower stacks. And Andrew straight in the cutoff with the ace 10 offsuit. I'd like to see him make about 45 with the 16. Look at that, makes it 45. Andrew, mate, I've been learning from Andy. He's taught me his ways. And with the obviously additional incentive in there.
Ed calls, very loose call here with ace-7 suited.
Out of position against a very good player as well.
He's going to have to put more money into the pot.
For sure, he'll have to call at least one street. And Andy does have some backdoors here. Now we have seen Andy speak a lot about the importance of having backdoors in certain cards in your hand, such as the ace of spades. I'd like to see him size down a bit, about 35 to 40 would be pretty nice, and he does continue the same size, 45, and gets his first hand through, guys. Gets the first hand. And off to a great start, up 69 euros, guys.
Get up. Who got 69?
69 euros with about an hour or so of play to go. Guys, you've got 2 more minutes to get your guesses in, and after that we will be closing off the bets. And wow, loads of wow, I need to catch up with the chat.
They are nice. It's those men.
So we don't really have, other than Ilya, the stacks aren't short at all in this game. Ed, the second shortest stack with 370.
Okay, so it's like a 3-mate.
So I think the extra straddling is only going to affect Ilya.
For sure.
Ed's not really afraid of extra straddles. He's usually the one encouraging them.
Thank you. Thank you.
And it looks like we're only straddled up to 8 this time.
I think certain players are straddling and certain aren't, that's for sure. Ameritrif saying, just like the Norwegian name, Carl is a private body part in Albanian. You guys, getting all the translations out there of foreign language body parts. And yeah, just quickly.
This is a call with 6-6, we're raised.
Yeah. Seeing Karis doesn't mind getting involved.
Raised to 25 pretty fast. Ed's probably going to 3-bet here with ace-king. And he 3-bets up to 80.
80.
That'll probably get Carlos out of the hand. Ed doesn't have enough behind for this to be a profitable call.
For sure, this should get through here. We've seen Carlos already lay down the pocket 8s correctly. Obviously, this spot he is flipping, he is out of position. I know he's not out of position, sorry.
He's getting a little unlucky with his 6 to 8s that you want to be in the pop, you don't want to be 3-bet.
I do think this game is going to play a lot more like a 2-5, and Carlos is going to fold his hand and gets it through. And Ed back up to 400 euros after starting with, I believe Ed set down with 500. He made a very speculative call with the pocket 4s. But he is back up to close to his starting stack now. Andrew off to a flying start, up 69 euros, first hand in. And guys, no more guesses now.
It's cut off.
It's cut off time, so up to, yeah, right, I've got it. I've got it.
I have 142.
142, nice. I think I got like 450 or something. I think a lot of the guesses have been profit as well, so that's interesting.
In Andy, which is
a lot of faith in Anthony. And John, when are you going to come and join us, man? Come and get in this booth. He's still got a hangover from yesterday.
Key in the house.
He is indeed. And GTR Pants saying, guys, did you forget Olibet free roll password? No, we haven't. It's coming in about 10 minutes time. Starts at 8 p.m. Estonian time, 6 p.m. UK time. So guys, another 10 minutes or so and we will be putting the password in the chat. If you haven't already got yourselves an account.
Carlos once again gets 3-bet. He's going to begin to think people are targeting him, but he's making the correct laydowns. I expect him to lay down again, but depends on the other action in front of him.
Tanner won't be going anywhere here, and we've also seen Carlos as a very competent player, and he's more than capable of 4-betting hands like this. But Sim obviously hasn't been involved in hardly any hands whatsoever so far. So I doubt he's going to choose this exact hand selection to come in for a 4-bet. He's getting a great price as well to see a flop.
Yeah, I think it's just a call here. Reevaluate on the flop.
Tanner obviously going for that trophy, won't be going anywhere, and if he flops an 8 here, he would be in for a great
flop with an 8 or just an 8 then against Sim.
Yeah, exactly.
Either way. An 8 with a king high flop, it probably won't get all the chips.
And just quickly, whilst Carlos makes the decision, massive shout out to Veen1973 for hitting the follow button. Thanks very much for tuning in. Let us know in the chat where you're from, where you're tuning in from, or whether you're just lurking in the background whilst maybe playing some poker yourself. Thanks for joining us regardless. And wow, this is an interesting pot now.
Bet of 2.
Tanner bets 2. Carlos with the nut flush draw decides to just flat call, and obviously now with Sim, with the queens, with the 1 over.
Sick blocker bet there.
Yeah, it was. And wow, look at this. He does pick up some additional equity on the turn as well now. Turns an open-ended straight draw to go along with his pocket 8s.
I think he could bet a little bigger than 2 this time.
For sure.
That's a lot bigger than 2.
He bets 8, and it's best card to do it with for sure. I also think that Tanner has all the sets here as well. He has a lot of sets.
He may be chasing Sim out of the hand with the best hand here, though.
Yeah, I think
there is a bet and a call, and it's a king high flop. You could easily put your opponent on a better hand.
For sure. I wouldn't be surprised to see Sim
It
fold, and
quickly
he
goes
does
in.
fold.
Best hand away.
Now, if it bricks here, and it pairs the board, Tannel, if he doesn't get bluffed off this pot from Carolus, be really in with a fighting chance to win this trophy now.
I
Let's
think
see
it's
if
going to be a
Carolus...
check, but maybe he'll make a stab, but I don't see him making a stab. It's not that the 5 could have really helped you.
Tannel checks, picks up 300 chips by the looks of it, getting ready to call Carolus's jam, or at least insinuating that he's getting ready to snap him off.
I
Wow.
think he will, though, no matter what.
Wow.
It could just be table talk. The two of them are jabbering at each other a little bit. I don't know if Chatland can hear what's being said.
I mean, if Carolus does jam here, like what? Yeah, what is he repping that he's happy to go all in with? You know, like he's never calling a 3-bet with 5-4, 5-6. You know, there are only 2 suited combos of 5-6, which is potentially something he could call with. Yeah, I don't think there's much that he could rep there, and yeah, Tannel now up to 2k shots at the table as well. Andrew won't be. I don't think Andrew will be having one. He might. He is a bit of a DJ, but
I think he'll go take one for the team here.
he'll probably take one for the team. So Tannel currently up 750 big blinds. Needs another 250 big blinds to win the trophy, and this could be close, guys. This could be really close.
I mean, there's still one more table after this, so it would just be putting him in the lead for the trophy, but the next table is PLO 8, where I'd be kind of surprised to see a 1,000 big blind win in that. I'm definitely
PLO.
looking forward to watching that, though. It'll be the first time ever there'll be a PLO 8 stream. I love the game. I play it quite a lot. I play the no limit version of it as well. I play the limit version. And Ilya just with the limp again. Towery limps behind the button with King 6 suited. Over to Ed, raises it to 15 with King Jack suited. That should scare Tunnel out of the pot. There's no reason, unless they're playing a 7-deuce a game. Are they playing
They
a 7-deuce?
are playing a 7-deuce game, yeah.
So he's not going anywhere, forget
He's
that.
not going anywhere. He's already got 1 through 7 deuce, and he's going to need to size it up here as well. He's been
45.
extremely weird with some of his sizings, that's for sure.
That should get Towery out of the hand, although he's busy thinking about what to do with the shots, it looks like.
I know Ed won't be going anywhere in this spot for sure. In fact,
go in?
Ed could even come in with a.
So it doesn't look like
forehand.
everybody's doing shots. I don't see shots. Andrew looks like he might not be doing a shot after all. Andrew, Picasso, he did the virtual shot. That's not a bad flop for Tannel.
Ed
He
with a
just
blocker
calls.
bet. Bets €2.
Taking one out of Tallinn's book, basically, there. Obviously, a massive turn for Ed.
Look at this, he's going to induce a bluff
Maybe
now.
he should have done it on the flop. If only he could see Ed's cards.
Yeah, exactly.
Ed's not going to be going anywhere here. Ed could think he's behind, but he shouldn't be going anywhere.
You will get so much.
I expect this to go check, bet, call on the river.
Do you think he just jams it here?
I don't think he
Because
jams
Ed
it.
has 300 behind. It's a 200 in the pot.
I mean, Tannel, I've never seen Tannel like ever just jam bluff. I've definitely seen him bluff, but he goes for some really weird sizings, that's for sure. And obviously, it looks like Ed's saying something like, I'm gonna call there or something.
He's doing the same thing Tannel did the last hand.
Yeah. It's too small. It's way too small.
He's thinking about it. He's adding one to it. He must have heard you, even though this is 20 minutes ago. Adding a few more chips.
It's not big enough. It's still not
No.
big enough. He's bet about
138.
138 by the looks of it. It gets called, and
No 7 deuce win for you.
Just quickly to go back through the chat here, guys. Irish and Spain, how are you guys? How are you today? How's the players play last night? Irish and Spain, please don't ask, mate. We are hanging today. But thanks for tuning in once again, buddy. And Kupo saying he's going to be playing some other free rolls today. Brilliant stuff, buddy. Anyone else wants to help me play poker, the more the better. Katie, yeah, you definitely need some help with poker. I know you've already won a free roll. The free roll champ is in the building, that's for sure. Kupo saying, let's start with fixing your English. Wow, chat's just going crazy. If there's a PLO 8 at the next Cash Game Festival, I'll go to it to play. Book the win. Get yourself here. We have loads of mixed games. We have PLO 8, we have Hold'em.
That we'll get a PLO 8 game going.
Yeah.
Maybe not on the feature table, but on a side table, we'll get a game going.
Definitely.
I'll play with you after midnight when I'm done working as well, if there's no game before then. And we'll gather some of the troops up.
Loads of people that are interested in games like this.
And
And
playing
Jeff,
8 game tonight, actually, which
yeah.
will be fun.
Wow, look at this, just to jump back into the action. Wow. So Sims raised it up from under the gun plus 2 to 16. Ed's 3-bet to 50. But with the pocket aces, and now Tannel with pocket jacks in the small blind. What a cooler. And look at this, he is reaching for the 4-bet. Wow, this could be a 3-way all-in here, guys. It should be a 3-way all-in, that's for sure.
We could see Ed stack rise in a huge way if he holds here. Sim is probably going to jam here, and then Ed will overjam. And then it's up to Tano what he wants to do. When he sees that kind of action in front of him, he may lay it off, but I don't think he will based on what we've
It's
seen.
going to be very tough. I mean,
You
wow.
have two- ooh,
Wow.
The queen, sick lay down. Correct, but sick.
Sim folds the pocket queens. He's definitely been on the passive side so far. Now, if I'm Ed in this spot, he's got a cool
So
100.
Ed does not have pocket aces.
No, Ed's not
Okay,
folded.
Ed's
He
back.
does
Okay,
have aces.
pocket aces.
I'd like to see a flat call here from Ed, especially against someone like Tannel. We've seen Tannel make moves with 7 deuce so far. Ed already knows that, or keeping all of his bluffs. And calling the 100 would leave him with a stack of like 500. The pot would then be 320. So he's going to have almost like a 1.7 SPR, where he can just jam most flops to a C-bet of Tannel. But it'll be interesting to see what he goes for, whether he actually thinks Tannel has a legit hand here, because Tannel has been 4-betting with Ed. I mean, we've seen Tannel 4-bet with 10-8 offsuit so far tonight, and a couple other junky hands.
I think after taking all this time, you have to just call also,
That's just
because it would be too much of a tell.
Yeah, I like this personally from Ed, and he's going to get
that's
all the money.
flop. It's going to be a double.
He's
up
going to
for Ed
get
unless something
all
funky
the
happens.
money.
Tano will be leading out. He leads out for 2 though. He loves the 2-bet.
Trying to induce maybe. Bets 2 into 324, and
Ed, you can't just call here.
is he going to continue slowly? He clicks it to €4.
Okay. Let's see it go back to 6. Make
Wow.
it 6. It's going to 8. It's not quite 7. Not quite the min back. So from 2 to 4 to 7, 8. Okay, so we missed the green one in there.
What are these
Bring
two
it to
doing?
16. Just keep the progression. Just for the entertainment. Yep, the 16. Get the 32 going.
There we go.
All right, I'm loving this. This is epic. The 5-bet, the 32.
I want to know what
6-bet
these
at
guys
the
have been
64.
drinking.
Get it going. Oh, he just calls. He ends the progression. Enough money in the pot. The 9 isn't going to change anything for either player. Both think they're probably good here. A check, a bet of 100. Donald trying to get a read from Ed. Ed just laughing like normal. Now looking at the chip stack.
I think Tanner's probably going to put this in now.
Yeah. I think this is where you want to get it in with jacks anyway. You could think you're behind, but
Wow.
yeah.
Gets snapped off, and I'll see if he wants to run it once or twice, I believe. And 7 on the river doesn't change anything. They are running it twice, guys, by the looks of it. And Queen.
Oh, the
on
Queen.
Queen came in.
Wow. And the pocket queens were folded pre-flop, so that would have been, well, just half the pot though, so not that much actually. But still, he would have at least increased the stack by 50%.
Yeah, for sure. And Ed with a massive double up now from 500. I do believe he added on some chips at some point, so I think he's up about 400 or so, even though he does have a 1.3k stack. And Tannel taking a hit there was in the hunting for the
he's lost 900 euros in the last few hands here.
So he's down now and still up 600 for the stream so far, so doing really well. And guys, I'm going to drop that free roll password in the chat right now. Here we go.
Hey, John.
Drum roll, please.
John, you want to take over for me? Okay, we have a special guest. You get to get rid of my ugly mug, and you get this guy's ugly mug. I don't know, but at least he's going to be more entertaining than I am.
Thanks for joining us as always, buddy.
John Keith. And have fun, buddy.
How you doing, man? You good? Passwords in the chat there, guys. Just whilst Jason was leaving, I did type in the chat. So the Olibet Cash Game Festival free roll starts in about 15 minutes time, 8 p.m. Estonian time, and the password is @Olibet. How you doing?
Good.
You hanging?
Now I'm awake.
Have you had food?
Yes.
Good, good, good.
Breakfast, had a bath, in Sweden.
What time did you wake up?
4 p.m., 5 p.m.
It's not too bad, man. It's
That's
not too
okay.
bad. It's been a crazy table. You would love to be in this game.
I seen some of it, yes.
And
With Ed and Tannel.
people are saying password is wrong. Okay, no worries. Let me just double check this. Alright, I believe that's the password, guys. I've just typed it in. For some reason it said @Olibet, or Olibet came up. So the password is, I've already typed it in. Yuko.
Hope that works.
Try that one out, guys. That should work. And Jeffrey, wow, guys saying even that is wrong. Okay, Tony, can you hear me? If you can hear me, can you please come and join me?
We need the password, guys.
We need the password.
Tannel likes his 3-betting, right? 4-betting.
Yeah.
You should see one here.
3-bet and 4-bet with 10-8, everything.
That's a pretty large 3-bet as well. 5x in position. And he gets it in, or no. Tori calls.
I better go and find the password, buddy.
Do that.
Yeah.
Ah, interesting. To see if Tori sticks with this gut shot. And he does. He likes to call. It seems fine. It's not the best card for Tori, so I would like to see Tannel bet here again, for sure. And he does. It gets the job done. Nice spot there for Tannel.
Password is incoming, guys. Password is incoming. Bear with us. Yeah, I'm not sure why that's in there.
Does it start in
Starts in 10 minutes time.
10 minutes, 8 minutes? So we need to get that password going.
Cheaty up pants, calm down, buddy. We are bringing the password to you. Come on. Already giving away 11k this week in free rolls. Give us 2 minutes. We got our main man, Andrew. Seems to be sorting it out. Yeah, thanks, Jeffrey. That would be much appreciated. So, guys, if you've tried @Olibet, that's not working apparently, and the other one is not working. Try this, guys. This could be it, actually. I think this is it. This makes sense because Olibet are running it. Yeah, that's exactly it, Carsten. It gets censored, but should be UCOP at Olibet without the dashes. Thanks very much for doing that. It does work, guys. UCOP at Olibet is the password. There you go. Just no space in between. That will work for you guys because obviously Olibet are running the festival here next week. There we go. It works. Cheaty our pants. It works. Calm down. Calm down.
So does Tunnel do this often? The €2 bet?
Book the win saying, yeah, he does. Yeah. He's been like betting €2 and Ming clicking it as well.
He got €2 out of 0% equity though, so.
What a boss. What a boss.
30 looks better. He can still size up a bit. There are some backdoors potentials he could be scared of, so back to flush, back to straight. Let's see if we get the action card here. A red 7 would be nice. It is not. I think Sim have to give up here. I like to see Talon betting again. He shouldn't be too worried by ace 9, ace jack, ace 8, something like that. I'm not sure if he gets paid off on this river.
Sorry, dude. I'm just sorting this out, this password thing out.
Wow. Puts in the lot.
Really?
Interesting. Bet 2, bet 30, bet 400, 350. Just targeting ace X there. But pocket tens is not going to pay enough. So who is the biggest winner here?
So far,
Yes.
I believe Ed is up about 400.
Got in for 9?
Yeah, because he did reload. Tannel's in for 500, so Tannel must be up quite a bit now as well.
Must be the biggest winner so far then.
Yeah, for sure. John, I keep calling saying John. Andrew's in for 500, so he's up, I believe. It said he sat down with 500, but I can't see 500 in the stack.
Looks like 4 or something.
I think he sat down with 300, and he's up about 69 or so. And look, we got the quadruple straddle coming out again. And yeah, there you go, guys. The password is in the chat. Dark Angel. Once again, guys, the free roll starts in about 5 minutes time, guys. Free roll password, there it is. UCOP at Olibet with no space in between the UCOP and at. Purely because the Twitch command will just make it really weird. But yeah, it seems to be working now, guys.
When you use at, it tags someone. That's why you need space.
Exactly.
We have a small spot with Andrew here.
Clearly doesn't know how to use the sense properly, and
he only calls this round.
interesting. Can we rinse him a little bit here?
I would like it if it's like ICM spots, like in small stacks, yada yada, but in cash game you can try to steal those big straddles.
For sure. I mean, there's what, a triple straddle in place, so it's 16 dead money. Does come in with a limp, the Jack 10 suited, and Countess limps behind with the Ace Jack offsuit from the bottom. And it's really interesting. It's okay so far. Sim limps in the small blind as well, the Queen 10 of diamonds, and if we see a 10 high flop here,
the last 10, you want the case 10.
The case 10.
with some 6, with a 6 as well. 10, 6, 6.
Two clubs or something.
But 10 of clubs.
I sorted it, yeah.
10 of hearts. We need
Yeah,
all
so-
hearts then. All hearts is possible.
All hearts?
No, 2 hearts.
Two
Because,
hearts.
for the
Wow, what a flop for Andrew, flopping open-ended straight
Straight
flush
flush.
draw, and Sim flopping top pair as
That's
well.
what you get for limping.
Carlos has the ace of clubs as well. He could decide to get creative and potentially use that card as a bluff in future
Talon,
streets.
that's 2.
Of course he does. He's got a 9. Talon's not going anywhere. And, Andrew bumping it up to €55 by the looks of it. Now, what do you do if you're in Sim's spot? We saw Sims fold queens pre-flop
Oh, really?
correctly as well.
Wow.
Yeah.
I don't fold queens very often in a clash.
Oh, it's like
When you have a lot of big blinds and it goes back and forth, raise, then it's easy. But if you don't have
It was a 4-bet
so many
pot.
big blinds,
Yeah,
then
he opened, another guy 3-bet, Ed 3-bet button, Tannel 4-bet to 150 in the small blind, and he just folded queens. Oh wow, look at this
against
now.
a guy like Tannel as well.
Sim getting sticky. Exactly.
You have
against
top
a guy-
pair.
Out of position now. He does have what? He has like a 1.33 SPR. Andrew has to just put him in, right?
And we have to bet at least. But let's say he bet 125.
Yeah, he
He
bets
bet
225 into 198, and
almost puts him on. But that's why I would like a bigger bet by Andrew on the flop.
on the flop.
If he goes like 75, 90, something, it's
Yeah.
easier just to stick it in on the turn.
so you can just put him in.
And his
you like
Yeah.
to chat away.
his equity drops a lot on the turn. So it would be a sick call by Sim if he finds the call here. The ace should be a scary card for him.
Yeah,
Like
definitely.
ace high flush draw just got there.
We've seen him make some really like, just not say nitty but passive folds so far tonight.
It's okay to let this one go though.
For sure. Obviously, Queen 10. Andrew could easily limp a hand like King Queen, Queen Jack as well. So
Or like ace 5 flush,
sure.
for example.
yeah,
So that's why it's hard to continue on this turn.
I think Sim's probably gonna end up folding this.
Yeah, it's a big bet.
Looks like he's asking him something though. It looks like he's asking him some questions.
I don't know, actually.
So
Yeah.
everything is going in slow
I
mo
can't,
today.
even remember what time we left this morning. I
Can't
think-
remember anything. So
I think it was like 7 or something.
You can beat a queen. That's the only clue you get.
Currently in the tank with Sim, guys. This is obviously something that happens quite
You
a
know,
bit in
I might
some of
not.
the
I might.
broadcasts. You know, you're like,
let's see if you can get a read of Andrew of something.
yeah. I mean, Andrew is talking a
What
lot,
is
you know,
it?
and
Yes.
Andrew's been saying that this normally means weakness from players when they don't
Talk a
stop
lot.
talking. Yeah. Wow, he's reached for chips for the first time, and I'd be very surprised to see him call here, especially with some of the folds that I've seen him make so far tonight. I'd be very surprised to see him call.
Are you tanking so you can look on the stream and see what I've done?
Even if he makes the call, and if he's correct, he often has to fade a lot of outs.
Wow, he does call. Wow.
Wow.
I'm very surprised to see him call there. Guys,
I think he went on.
unless Andrew pings a club, king, or an 8, he will be down so far, that's for sure. And yeah, he does brick. He does run it once, that's what he's told us. And
And he puts in the last 40,
To the shop so I can
and Andrew can't make the call
There's a
Wow.
big mistake.
to see his hand.
oh, so he only flat called. Sim
Yeah.
only called.
And he, I think he acted. And he makes the call with Jack high.
Queen 10, right?
Wow. I'm very surprised to see Sim there, to see him make that call.
So it's a
Very
good call.
surprised.
Who misses there?
I'm not sure how often he's
That's
right
right
there.
there.
There must be some talking making him into that call though. Andrew's just laughing.
I actually forgot.
I think Andrew's in shock here. Getting called by Queen 10.
Yeah, I'm shocked. I'm shocked seeing the way that Sim's been playing so far tonight. I'm shocked to see that. Kate saying good luck to everyone in the free roll. Good luck everyone involved in the free roll. Obviously, let us know how you're getting on. Let us know of any deep runs. And we've got some Andrew fans in the building, clearly. I was saying that beard is pretty sexy. And who we got? Dark Angel, always getting involved in the chat. Lovely to see. When I told the troll to suck it and then shove it when the sun don't shine, and he got banned. Oh, fair enough. And tell Andy to go on his phone. Bill Perkins is going to play 25.50. Wow, where is he? Where's Bill Perkins playing? He's probably in the area, right? In Vegas. It's not going to be anywhere in Europe.
Probably.
And password is in the chat there, guys. Once again, it is UCOP at Olibet. No space in between, so UCOP at Olibet. And Tosakala saying, Andrew, this is called a soul read. It certainly is. He just got put in the bin, as he likes to say. Andrew, you can rot. Passwords in the chat there, guys, for the free roll. Massive shout out to Repuj Bade has hit the follow button, and Kame _ has hit the follow button as well, along with Live Roulette. Thanks, guys, for tuning in. Much appreciated. And wow, Carlos, how many flush draws is this guy going to have today?
And how does he often play his flush draws?
He played it one very passively earlier on. He played one very passively earlier on, and it looks like same. Oh no, Tunnel check, sorry, and Carlos bet 20.
I like the call by Tunnel.
Check.
Goes check, and now Carlos got some showdown value.
From bed 75.
Tunnel bet 75 into 98, and
That's interesting. What is he targeting there? Pocket 8s. A7 of hearts.
Carlos does call, and great value bet from Tunnel there.
That's insane.
Back up to 1.4k, up to about 900 or so far today. So
He's playing good.
He
Like
is.
how we
He's
played
the
it.
biggest winner so far, and
But if he gets raised on the river there, what does he do? His opponent can have a queen, but
yeah,
the problem is when he checked the turn. That's why he does this bet. That's why it's a good bet.
Toscar saying it's not surprised Sim is a super high stakes regular, by the way. Interesting. Sim's apparently a super high stakes regular. Folded queens earlier on.
74.64.
Man's a boss. Must have been a soul read.
Also good.
And guys, let us know how you're getting on in the free roll. And it looks like Andrew bought in for an additional 500 euros or so. He's got like 2 black chips there, and
Looks like
300.
300 more is,
or 200.
yeah,
Because he had something left.
yeah, he did. He had a bit left.
Is it 7
Karen's
right
going
as
to be
well?
opening up here, fairly stunning stuff from the hijack with the pocket 7s. Do believe there's a straddle, one straddle in play. Terry's been making some weird hand selections so far to 3-bet with and 4-bet with, but I would like to see a 3-bet here. If we are going to decide to play something, he does 3-bet to probably 45, 46. Carolis all night, you know, has been super unfortunate. He's had 6s, he's had 8s, he's open, he's been 3-bet, or it's been 4-bet and he's had to get out of the way and cut a 10 out.
It was 36.
36.
Just 3x.
Oh really? Okay.
Out of position, I would like to see a
Bigger bet, yeah,
bigger
for
position.
sure. For sure. I completely agree.
And Tunnel calls, and Carlos will of course call. 6 high flop now.
Yep.
Let's see.
But does Tano ever go broke on a 6 high flop? I don't think so. Maybe a 7-5 free flop would be more interesting.
That would be very interesting.
That'd be
indeed.
showers.
I think a lot of money will get into the middle now.
Good player.
And wow, look at this. Tano does
Yeah,
flop
he
an
flops top
open-ended
number.
straight draw. Tarry flopping top pair. And obviously little does Tano know that there are many sevens left in the deck. It does
50
have...
bet,
He
55.
continues. I like
Sit
it.
4 call.
Should. And Tunnel only calls.
Still call.
Carolus does get out of the way.
To play.
Let's say Tori have a lot of ace, queen, ace, jack type of hands. Then you could raise with 6 high. So you have no showdown value.
For sure.
But it's okay. Just
We've seen that he doesn't mind bluffing as well. He really doesn't mind bluffing.
and now his equity drops a lot, and that's when he starts betting.
105.
And that's why I like to bet more when you have a lot of equity.
Snap call from Tarry
And he
there.
doesn't get there. But Tori cannot like this card, I think. If Tunnel makes some bluff with ace high, floating with ace high, he could.
I think he's
Do
going to
that.
put him in the bin. I think he'll jam here for sure.
But he doesn't have that much behind.
Yeah, that's the problem.
It's easier to get a fold if Tori had more.
Wow, he's going for it.
Sit 4 bet, 600.
Let's see if Tori can figure this out. Looks like he's calling. He's like, you have the ace, you win, that's okay. He doesn't look thrilled about it though.
I think Tano does have obviously all the suited aces, the ace fours, the ace deuces that just get sticky. We have seen Tano be a sticky, but he does make the call and scoops a 904 euro pot. Tarry, I believe, only in for about 250, maybe 300 or so.
200.
So yeah, good start for him as well. He's up about, I believe he's up about 600.
Might make him the biggest winner so far with this spot.
Yeah, I mean Tano now down to less than 1,000. He had a 2k stack at one point.
Wow. He does play a lot of times. I like it.
Dark Angel saying, John, you look tired. How are you
Yes, I
feeling
do.
now? You still look half asleep.
I am. I need to wake up before I'm playing after on the latest stream.
Or the PLO8?
Yes.
That'd be interesting. I would have liked to have you in the booth for that.
Yes, I know.
It's going to be hard for us to commentate on.
I can re-commentate after.
Toshikar saying it's not surprised, saying Sim's a super high singular rate with that call. Tosu, Carla, do you know Sim personally, or have you've seen him play higher stakes? Let us know. It'd be interesting to know what stakes he
5
plays.
raise, 8.
Obviously, 2-2, one of the lower limit stakes. Does he play 5-10? Does he play 10-25? Or by super high stakes, do you mean like 50, 100, 100, 200? I'd be really interested to know what he plays.
He can still be a high stakes player even though he plays this.
Yeah, for
Like
sure.
this month, the highest I played was 5100 in Barcelona,
16.
and I enjoyed the 2-2 games here just as much.
Yeah. How'd you buy him for 10k?
Yeah, that was the minimum 10k. And in that game, I definitely buy in for the minimum.
And how did you get on?
I lost 1800.
1800.
Two guys like Mani Deloiser, Paul Newey, Michael Shang.
Yeah.
It was a lot of fun.
And then you just mix it up and jump in a 2-2 game as well.
I don't know how to do
And
that for 20 minutes.
Albert Daher, if you know him, he's the guy who stacked me
48.
in that.
And Toskar saying, yes, I know him, can't tell details, but he's one of the best players in Estonia.
Good
Fair enough.
Good.
I mean, if you can't tell us the details, then I'll just go and ask him. And he'll tell me the details. But no, fair enough, I understand. You don't want to give any info away. And John, can you please explain your thinking process when you played the ace-10 off versus the 6-4 from Vyacheslav yesterday? Is that
I
similar?
can't remember the hand.
Is it 6 stroke?
You can't remember the hand?
No, of course not. I
Come
can't
on,
remember
man.
anything.
Come on. If
My
you're going to
memory
play on these
got deleted.
streams,
Yes, like tonight.
if you're going to play on these streams and the chat asks you a question for some
I'm
thought
sorry.
process, come on, mate.
Yeah. Can you tell me the hand so I can?
You know the hand.
I have no clue.
Vyacheslav
I don't remember
opened
anything.
50.
Ten raise
You
12.
3-bet out the big blind to 50 with ace 10 offsuit. He calls. The flop comes, Jack Vyacheslav calls. The flop comes queen, 4, deuce.
Oh yeah, that. Oh, okay, now I remember.
You c-bet 50, he makes it 125, you call. Turn was a deuce. You check, he bets 125, you call, and the river brings in the jack of clubs, bringing in. No, sorry, not jack of clubs. The
Yeah, it was Jack.
jack of clubs.
So
Yeah,
the
you
flush hits.
flush hits, and he jams, and you tank for about 5 minutes.
I knew he was bluffing, so I was going to just call with ace high the whole way. Pretty much.
Before the flush came.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
And he actually bluffed with a better hand.
Yeah, that always sucks when
That
you.
was the problem,
Check.
because I thought like I had some of the better ace highs I could have,
Check.
so it's not like he's bluffing with a better ace high,
Yeah,
and I didn't have any club in my hand, so
Bet 30.
had to let it go.
I thought he had ace X of clubs, but
Fold.
I didn't think he even hit the flush. I thought he bluffed on the river, but I couldn't make the call. And it was good I didn't, because he actually had me.
Had a 4, yeah. Had like a pair.
No, that was a very weird line I took there, but I just wanted to
Thank you.
show my soul read on one guy and call all in with ace high. And I'm very glad it's not like jack of spades there, because then I would have called
Yeah,
and he would have won.
he would have won for
It is
sure.
6-4. That's the problem.
And Brewer Tallinn giving us a bit of info about him, saying he's the biggest rate giver at BetSafe high stakes crusher, and Repu saying he couldn't know he has the best hand though. In regards to your feedback there, yeah, Vyacheslav didn't know he had the best hand there for sure. And Toscar saying Andrew really could not have hands that he was repping before. He may not flat Queen 9 suited pre, and he is raising 9-9 and 4-4, or what hand was set there. If he has a set on turn, he may choose similar sizing. Yeah, yeah. No, he's talking about the hand that Andrew went all in for. And only logical hands can be ace, X, club, and he probably is raising them pre also. So he has a lot of bluffs and very few value hands. Yeah, Tosco, I do agree, but when we have the 10 in our hand, when we got the Queen 10 on a Queen 9 X board,
You want your opponent to have a 10 there.
exactly, and you've got Queen 10, and you say, right, I'm putting my opponent on a hand like 10 Jack, King Jack, King 10, club draw.
That's why it's way better to have like Queen 7. That's the best queen you can have in that spot.
To call
Make it one.
Yeah, for sure.
Even though you have kicker problems, but that doesn't matter.
Oh,
Because your opponent doesn't have like Queen Jack, Queen 10, Queen 9, or maybe 2 pairs. But that's it.
Good player.
and wow, Tallinn flopping top 2. I don't know how he's involved in this hand whatsoever. There's 97 euros in the pot
He
already.
got the button. You know that.
He's not going
I love to play
anywhere.
on the button, and it looks like he does as well.
Sit for bet. It's 5. 7 fold.
And Tannel was the guy 3-betting.
Good goal.
Then I understand why. He can have 10 saves, so
Wow.
it's not the best card for him.
Currently sweating with Ed as well here. Ed,
Let's say Ed just slow plays an overpair here. Then the deuce is not so good for him. If Ed thinks Tannel is so aggressive, you just slow plays like kings, aces, queens, something. And now you're actually in front if he does that.
Tallinn bets 2 euros into a pot of 207, standard stuff, betting 1% pot. Guys, if you don't have that move in your arsenal, you need to start mixing it in. And we are swaying with Ed still, guys. Let's raise it to, is that 125 is it? Or 75?
Well, I think there was a couple of blue under there. I'm not sure.
He's up to 125 now. Obviously, Ed did only flat call the 8 pre-flop and then called the 3-bet of Tano. And like you said, he could definitely be slow playing a big hand here. And now 450 euros in the pot. I don't think Tano's going anywhere with top 2. I don't think he ever puts Ed on an overpair. I personally never put Ed on an overpair here. Ed always 3-bets his overpairs pre, from what I've seen. Oh, his big pairs pre.
But I know he can mix up his
Wow, he does have a deuce. He has a full house.
Damn. How did he even call the 3-bet pre-flop
Wow.
with 4 deuce off? I want to see a very big bet here. And Tunnels.
What, like a 1.5x pot?
3-bet 300.
Maybe not that much, but at least 350 or 300.
He bets 300 and
Tunnel have to make the call.
I think he does. I think he does call this here. This is what you get for 3-betting with 10-6 offsuit. I mean, Ed in the hand with 4 deuce offsuit as well, but still.
He might put him on a deuce, like ace deuce, but it's hard to get away from this one when you flop that good.
Yeah, for sure. And we're going to see a 1k pot, guys. I don't see Tano folding this here. And he does make the call, and Ed
He
tables
backdoored full house.
the full house and scoops a 1.1k pot. Ed now up to 1.9k. Believe he's up about 1,000 or so now. I think he sat down with about 500, then added on about 250 or so. So
He's halfway there
Yeah.
for the trophy then.
great stuff by him. And just jumping back to that awesome analysis from Tosu Kara saying you don't want to have a club, and King Queen would be better, of course, without a club. Saying Queen Jack suited, King Queen suited would be better, yeah, but if there are so many bluffs, Queen 10 suited is probably close between call fold. Folding 100% is a clear mistake, and calling 100% is a clear mistake.
Yeah.
Sim may have randomizer in his head, yeah, for sure. We obviously know that Sim's a good enough player to, yeah, and yeah, Tosh Dakota, come along to one of these festivals, buddy. That's some awesome analysis there from him.
I
in the
totally
chat.
agree with what he's saying.
Yeah, it makes a lot of sense.
That's one of the hands you can't always call with and you can't always fold. It's
100%. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense there. He also says he's also deduced that the 10 is not so important. I understand with the 2 clubs and
Like-
the flush draw being there that it's
Eight
not
raise
as
nine.
important, but it still has some relevance, right? Having the 10 in your hand. But yeah, that's some really awesome analysis there from Tosh Takara. Thanks for getting involved in the chat.
you can have a lot of semi-bluffs like Jack 10 and King 10.
And Tosh saying we were in the same table, by the way. You had your 6-6 against me. Well, I fucked that one up, didn't I? You got let off lightly. Let off lightly. I should have obviously bet flop, bet 10 and jammed river, but hey, I didn't. I messed it up.
I don't know the hand.
What's Andrew gonna do here? He's been saying all week that he prefers flat calling hands like this.
But against a guy like Tunnel, I understand why.
So Sim's open from under the gun to, I believe, 8. I don't think there's a straddle in play. Tunnel's 3-bet the cut-off to 30. Andrew's coming for the cold 4 with 1 for 125 now. And I think if Sim 5-bet jams or just like even clicks it here, I don't know how much Andrew's got in his stack there, you know. This is what's
I
really
think
frustrating.
Andrew will let it go if he jams.
If he's got 300 or so, he has to call, right?
Yeah. He can still call with, but
don't-
let's say he saw Sim folding the queens.
Yeah.
It's way harder to call with 8.
Yeah, for sure.
But Tunnel 3-bet a lot, and that's why I like Andrew's pretty big 4-bet. It's a good size here. Compared to what you saw the 3x the other guy did.
Surely Sim hasn't just flat called here.
Looks like it. He took his whole stack and did this. I think Tunnel should this. He should let it go.
Wow,
He 5-bets.
what a
300.
boss.
400. Wow.
Comes in for the 5. And it looks like Andrew's, yeah, he's got about 3 black chips with a couple of blues in there. And I mean, little does he know, against Tannelson, he's a massive favourite. But Sim's never going anywhere, right?
Yeah, if Andrew jumps, I think Sim will let this one go as well.
Do you think so?
Yes. Because
Comes in for the 6-bet.
this really puts Andrew to the test here. Can he figure it out? Looks like he doesn't like it, but he knows what tan level can be up to, right?
It's fold.
Wow. Now what does Sim do here, you know? What does he do?
Well spent,
Do you think
125
he's going to go with it?
Not real money.
I've seen him fold queen.
But players like Tamil, when they 3-bet, 4-bet a lot, then they get paid often when they actually have a hand.
He's coming for the 5-bet as well.
Yeah.
This is insane. This is insane. John getting his photo taken as always, guys.
With you. How much don't you like that?
You're famous here at the Cash Game Festival, mate. Everyone knows it. Yeah, like you said, it's a really tough spot. Obviously, we have seen Tannel get out of line with his 3-betting. That's fair enough. But to then 5-bet
Is it his
after
first 5-bet?
It's his first 5-bet. To then 5-bet after Andy's 4-bet and Sim's flat behind.
That's a lot of bigs.
And in terms,
200 big blinds.
I'm already confused.
wow, what a
I was
boss!
already-
That's
What a
insane.
boss! And I think Andy's probably saying here, if Sim isn't behind,
I mean, I was
8 calls.
100%
Yeah, he shows the 4, and Andy correctly saying if I don't have Sim behind, flat calling the 4-bet, I go with my hand. But
Because
yes,
Sim have a lot of 9s, 10s, jacks, queens,
exactly.
I was
which is very bad for Andrew.
And Jeffrey, trying to be funny as always, asking Tosuka to do some hand analysis on the 6-6. And yeah, I really liked your play. Obviously, I definitely didn't put you on a jack, that's for sure. And I was saying to speak to Andy afterwards. Basically, the hand, the information I'd been given was that he's a very competent player. Opens to 18 with shadow in play. I flat from the button with pocket 6s. Flop comes Jack 9 6 2 clubs. Checks to me. There's about 45 in the pot. I check behind. I check behind because I put him on a lot of ace king, ace queen, ace 10 type hands, like ace x type hands that I just check folding this board texture specifically.
Unless you have clubs.
I'm expecting him to continue with hands like queen 10, king queen 2 overs in the gut shot. Expecting him to continue with most jacks. But like obviously correctly deduced that he's never getting 3 streets with jack 10. He did have jack 10 and the board ran out 7-10 I believe. So check flop, I bet, he checked turn, I bet 35 into 45 he calls, and the river was a 10, so there's 4 to a straight, and I checked behind after he checked river to me.
Oh, that's a good check.
Can I watch too?
Yeah, of course you can, man, no worries. And
Oh, you're here too.
and-
Are you commentating?
yeah, it is.
Nice.
Jeffrey's saying Henry missed a bet.
Oh, well,
Right.
yeah, it's perfect. Yes, I need to. Yeah, I need to see this hand.
No spoilers though, man, no spoilers.
Yeah. I won't spoil anything. I'm just.
Because you're playing the 7 deuce game, right?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I'm not doing that without that game.
Jeffrey's saying you're allowed to laugh, John.
What?
I was speaking to John and Smoggy95 saying 8-8 isn't a nit fold with some behind. I completely agree. But like you said, Sim has like 9-3 jacks there a lot. And Ed getting out of line again with the 4-3 of spades. And let's see what he does here. You've seen him get the glasses on.
The yellow glass guys, huh?
The yellow glasses.
Yeah, that was a.
We know that he's gonna bet, and he does for sure.
Go back.
Ed can just call. It's bottom pair, but I think he will call.
For sure. I expect to see him call at least one street here, right?
I didn't yesterday, I did see that. Ace King 4, I had 6-4, 4 in turn.
Yeah, I know.
Folded.
Yeah, but that was different
of
spoils in multi-way
A
pot.
guy called
Yeah,
in
exactly.
between. And I would have called if he didn't.
Yeah.
Because you know I'm sticky. I like to call it on the board.
Sticky being a nice way to put it.
And this is a very good card for Ed. Because it's harder for Alexi to have an ace, obviously.
Yeah, for sure.
And what else does Alexi bet again? Because he will bet again, for sure. He'll bet like nines, any ace X, but it's hard to have an ace here.
Well, it looks like he's going quite big as well by the looks of it.
Yeah.
I know.
And a flush draw he might bet again, but I think he often checks.
I don't like. I mean, what do you think of the sizing? Bets
You
66
don't
into
wrap so
154.
It looks like he might have an ace when he bets.
Bet that size.
Yeah. Maybe.
I was thinking that too. I don't know, do you hear, but we have a little bit chat going. Do you hear it?
No, we can't hear
Oh,
it.
it's such a shame. We had a good chat going on.
I
Both
pers-
take off the glasses,
Like I
looking
personally,
into each other's eyes.
if with my stack size and with the 154 in the pot, I actually size up turns so I can jam rivers if I have an ace. So I'd rather bet like around 105 to then leave me 300. There'd be over 300 in the pot. I got one SPR and I could just jam most rivers. And Queen of Diamonds, interesting river here.
That's not the card I'd want to see. If he did the double barrel with a flush draw.
Or just a random King Queen, Queen Jack, Queen 10 type hand that you could definitely do it with. And
A lot of bluffs.
see what Ed does. See if Ed does his famous €2 bet on the river. Be interesting to see what he does here. He's correctly called each street so far.
What do you think Alexi puts that on? Because if Alexi puts him on a flush draw, then he can't do anything.
Yeah,
with his river.
exactly. I mean,
But he should have a lot of nines here. Maybe not fours, but nines. 9x. 10 9, like 9 or something.
he has to go all in, right?
Or you can bet like 250, leaving something behind. I like to do that often.
It does go quite small here. Looks like he's bet just.
It looks like
Oh, it's actually
valuable. It looks like ace.
Look at this from Ed. Ed putting the glasses on top of his head. He's trying to run it all through. And
It's a hard river to call on, but
he's called each street correctly so far. He obviously knows the 7 deuce game is in play as well, so it does add an interesting dynamic to the game for sure.
it does. But
We've already
some
seen
of the hands we played
Yeah.
yesterday were played so weird just because
the 7 deuce. We've already seen a couple of 7 deuces shown so far tonight. And let's see what Ed
Alex
does.
is hoping so much for a fall just to show his 7 deuce and collect that fiver from memory.
Praying for a fall.
It's probably like 4 in his head. That's for sure.
Exactly. That's how it was.
Let's see if Ed can figure this out. He doesn't beat much, but he does beat 7 deuce.
Yeah, that's exactly it.
But the problem is you can have 7 deuce of diamonds and actually
Yeah,
win.
for sure.
True too.
65, 66.
It's fun. Ed and Alexi is watching the stream with us now.
Yeah, it's epic. Epic timing to come here.
Would you be talking much if you were in Alexi's shoes here, or would you just be quiet and not answering any of Ed's questions? Oh, he does call. Look at this call from Ed. What a boss. Scoops another €600 pot, and wow, Ed up to 2.2k now. I do believe he added on money at some point, so he's not quite up 1.7k. How much? You're in for 8. So you've just been told he's in for 8, so he's currently at 1.4. Needs another €600 to win the trophy now.
For sure, I wasn't
There's not
expecting
many hands
that.
left.
Not many hands left. I believe we've got about 10 minutes or so. to go, guys. And if Ed makes another 600 euros, he's going to win the trophy, or he's going to be in pole position for the trophy. That's for sure.
Only one stream left.
Yeah,
Which is a split game.
I know.
So
It's going to be.
I love
weird.
to play it, but I just told the boss that it's very hard to win a trophy there.
And Mark, like in the chat, saying
try.
horrible call, but GG. And fair enough. And
I agree.
It's Ed's style.
That was
I
insane.
played with him before, and he does. He
Who is that
plays
guy?
very sticky.
He knows I'm an it.
And Tosh Carl said two days ago when we played, you had a break in one hand, I think, and I could not see what the other guy had. Yeah, unfortunately, we did have the stream down for like 20 minutes or so, Toshi. So yeah, unfortunately, just due to some technical errors. Guys, how are you getting on in the free roll? It's been running for about 30 minutes or so. I'll put the password in the chat once more for you guys. Those of you just tuning in. Jeffrey always adding his knowledge, and wow, jump back into the hang because Tannel's woken up with a legit hand.
Yeah.
Here.
And Tannen was straddling, and Careless is just limping on the button with a pretty decent hand. And
I really would like to know who is Marty, because he knows
Ed
I'm
limps
an
as
it.
well, but he gets away from it.
Nice to know who it is.
So heads up to the flop. And Tannen actually have a hand this time, so
And
That-
Carol's just like he's been so unfortunate so far. You know, today he's been opening in late position with hands like sixes, eights.
and he bet two
Oh, I love
again,
it.
He
I
keeps
love it.
doing this. He's been doing it so much.
even with this strong holding.
He did it with jacks on a 10 high flop earlier as well. So
And he know he have the nuts here as well. So.
yeah, for sure. And yeah, Carolus has just not managed to get anything going whatsoever this stream.
Let's hope not a 10 rolls up on the rim. But I think Carlos will give it
Yeah,
to
he
him.
can't call it. He's now sized up to about 65 into 145, I believe.
He's even behind a lot of bluffs.
Exactly. Unless he just thinks Tannel has absolute air and wants to play the player, but no, he does let it go. And 00 Robot 00 is saying he bets €2. What? Yeah. We've seen it. We saw him bet €2 with jacks into a €300 pot on a 10 high flop earlier, on a 10-6 deuce flop. So he likes a little bit of €2. And Cooper Cobb is saying, I'm 45th out of 55. Hey, chip in a chair, buddy, you're still in, so anything can happen. What's one of your biggest comebacks in poker?
I had one very big one. Starting stack was 30,000,
Yeah.
and on late day one, I was down to 2,700.
Okay.
So I can't remember, but I think it was 4,800, so just over 3 big blinds.
Yeah.
And when I busted on day 2, I had 1.2 million.
Wow. You managed to
Just
grind
over
it back up.
1.2 million from 2007.
Wow. I
So
think
that's the biggest one.
my biggest one was on the Bounty Builder 44 on PokerStars.
This was live.
Yeah, I know you were talking about live. There's I had 5 big blinds on the direct money bubble, so 44 got paid, 45 left, and I shipped it for 4K. So I came back from having 5 big blinds on a direct bubble to all the way through, grinding my way through the final table and beating a very good player heads up as well. Being a very good player heads up. Andy Pavlin, if you are watching,
Very good.
I respect you, but I beat you heads up, buddy. It's a mid to high stakes crusher on PokerStars, that's for sure. And it's really weird some of the hands Tallinn decides to get involved with. Tannel decides to get involved with it.
If you play a lot of hands, I like to play suited hands. Like, it's way better to have Jack 3 of clubs. Because you see, now we have some backdoors. Wow. That's not a good card for Tannel. Even though we think
Yeah.
it's a card. Good card for him. And he sized it up from 2 to 3 this time.
Did he bet
Andrew had
€2 on the flop, did he?
No.
No.
But now we bet 3 instead of 2. sizing up €1 more, I think.
Andrew just not managed to get anything going either. Ace King against Ace Jack here. We've seen obviously Sim has turned 2 outer on him. Probably expect to see him make it about 75-80, I believe. You never know.
You always for sure.
55.
It's okay. I would prefer sizing it up a bit, especially against 2 opponents,
For sure.
because they can have a lot of live cards.
We know Tano's not going anywhere here with top pair.
Definitely not.
We call
As
it
I
at
said,
least
this is
one.
a trouble card for Tano. Hoping for the Jack or 5 for the split.
If Tano does call, which he should, there'll be about 220 in the pot, and I think
Andrew's gonna let it go.
Wow, Tano lets it go.
Wow,
Good fold.
really?
Tano, fair play. Lets it go, and obviously knows.
That's surprising, coming from him.
Quite sticky. Yeah, for sure.
Is my guard? Queen Jack.
No.
That was the
it's
last
burn
hand?
cards.
Wow.
It's burn cards.
Alright.
There you go, guys. That was the last hand. The password for the free roll is in the chat there, guys, and
Good luck.
Jeffrey, get involved in the chat. I'll speak to you later, Jeffrey. Just quick shout out to Jordan P. Allen, Geordie in the building, hitting the follow button. Thanks for hitting the follow button, buddy, and I hope you're not hung over too much. Guys, thanks for tuning in. We're going to take a short dinner break. We will be back in about 30 minutes time, bringing you some PLOA action with John jumping in the game there, guys. So thanks very much, and
Thank you.
peace.
Table. No, it was a good experience. Everyone seemed to have a laugh from that, and it was a good fun table.